Good morning, Sassy fam. Welcome to your Sunday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. Today's check-in is for the situation. It's exactly what it sounds like, a tarot reading that centers around a situation that may or may not be happening for you and what you might do about it. Like always, take what resonates, leave what does not. And if there are any questions about placements, description box. Right, we are officially back to work. So we had an amazing beach vacation at South Padre. This is our second time to visit South Padre Island. Loved it. Typically, myself personally, I like to visit a new beach every year, but this was a request directly from Minnie, my daughter, who asked, can we go back to South Padre? Because she had a great time the first time, and I said, yeah, okay, why not? We'd both been working hard. She deserved it. No, we had a blast, and I posted about it on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook and you were so inclined, click the link below in the description box and it'll land you on my Facebook page. I appreciate you. If you want to check out some pictures and some beach videos, because that's me, that's who I am, because I'm a water baby, I will stop and look at every single water picture there is, because I have to. That's just who I am. But yeah, all that's on Facebook. But you know how it is when you get home from a vacation, something that we call vacation flu kind of kicks in, where for some reason you seem to be more tired. It's your body. It finally got to relax, it got to decompress, it got to de-stress, and then suddenly, somehow, you're just like, extra lethargic. I tell you, sometimes you need a vacation from your vacation, you know, just to unwind even further, catch up on even more sleep. I'll tell you what, and I'm glad, you know, because I actually give myself an extra few days wherever it is I go or travel to. When I come back, I make sure I have a buffer, a 2 or 3 day buffer. I'll tell you what, there's something about when you get home and you just don't want to do anything. And like I said, I have been working very, very hard. So has Minnie. Every year, this kid, she never fails to amaze me. So listen, this is a tarot channel. I get it. But also, P.S., I'm a proud parent. Every now and again, you're going to hear me drop a brag. This is the way of it. You know, she's my pride and joy. Minnie is the light of my eyes. So yeah, I'm bragging. She got her end of year test scores back. Once more, outperforms her grades. Well, her grade average by miles. She's testing out at junior or senior level high school material, and she'll be in 8th grade next year. Like always, I remain extremely proud of my kid, and she's just amazing. You know, even outside the grading context, she's an amazing kid. She's an amazing person, and I love seeing who she is developing into. All right, that's enough. I got my brag. I feel good. I feel satisfied. Let's move on. Now, speaking of kids and being a parent, today is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And that's not all. 21st, today, marks the day, the first day of summer solstice. So celebrate accordingly. And not only is today the first day of the summer solstice, it is also the first day of Cancer season. Happy birthday, Cancer. Yay! My lovely, wonderful water cousin, you. Let me know what you're going to get up to for your birthday this year. Or maybe don't. I know how some of you are. So maybe don't say that. Happy birthday, though, regardless, to my collective. Thank you so much for what you bring to this channel. And then see, what else? A schedule item. Next week. Hello. See, I'm still back there in vacation land. Next week, we'll have our 3-month overview or in-depth readings. Of course, they will roll out via our normal schedule. But yeah, the 3-month overview, and we're going to cover July, August, and September. All right, you guys. I will see you next week for your in-depth 3-month overview, and I will see you at your sign today. Take care. Be well. Leo, you're first. Show me Leo, please. Don't get too relaxed now. We'll be in your season before you know it. I'll tell you what. The months are just flying by. The situation. Devil. How you feel about it? Well, yeah, 7 of Wands. Makes sense to me. To consider, King of Pentacles. Outcome, the Chariot. There you go. There you go. I feel like you already know what's up and what to do. But hopefully I'm giving you some help and or confirmation today. But yeah, the situation, not a great one. Devil. Fears, patterns. Something is amiss. How you feel about it? Defensive, 7 of Wands, like you need to guard yourself, on point. Self-protection. Makes sense. And then also, for some of you, simply put, I don't want to deal with that. To consider, King of Pentacles, you're level-headed, you're practical. Keep in mind your own sense of self-worth. You'll know what to do. What's right for you. What's right for you. And also, of course, protect your own interests. Out come the Chariot. Move it on. Move it forward. Okay? Whatever that means to you. But move it on. Move it forward. Okay. Let's see that Diablo. Two of Swords, Nine of Wands, Four of Wands. Ew. Probably not the best looking relationship I've ever seen. It's got the ick vibe. Ew. The ooh and the ick, to be honest with you. Two of Swords, Nine of Wands, Four of Wands. Irritated. You are very irritated and you're confused. Relationship as two people define it, so I don't know how it was defined here. I see the end result of the definition. It's not a good one. It has very poor results, and I am sorry about that. I want to see your Seven of Wands real quick. I want to see your Seven of Wands. Because it looks to me like you've already kind of given it the heave-ho a couple of times. So I don't know why it would be coming up if that's the case. Unless in some way, energetically speaking, you were still contemplating it as a possibility in your life. Because right now, you're showing me shield, wall, defense twice. And I don't blame you. It's not a healthy relationship, and it doesn't have to be an intimate partner relationship. A relationship is what you have with anybody. That's why I say it comes down to how two people define it. So that could be the relationship you have with a parent or a sibling, or yes, a spouse. I know it exhausts you. I know you're sick and tired of it. And that you've actively put up a shield wall a couple of times. So right now it's not welcome in your life, you participating in it. So why is it here? What's there left to contemplate or think about? That's what I'm curious. Is it not leaving you alone? Page of Cups, the High Priestess, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, good. You are listening to yourself. Bravo. Well done. And again, being mindful of your own sense of self-worth. You might have a lot of earth in your chart. Okay. But then also just practical life experience that says, if it feels this bad, then it probably is, let's get out of here, Leo. Good. Okay. So, like I said, okay, right now, you got your shield up, and you have for a while. You don't actively want to participate in this relationship. It's sticky, icky, ooey, gross. Something's very wrong with it. It looks like it has issues around this idea of codependency. A heavy sense of labor is attached to it. Okay. And you understand it would take you to participate in that relationship, to give to it and keep it going. So at some point you stopped. But it seems to be constantly coming up as a problem for you. So you didn't world it, you didn't death it. Okay. But you're saying, I don't want to participate either. Okay. I think you're at that point where you just started to push this away in your life. And there's still some residual thought in there about, is there anything further for me to do with it? Should I continue to be part of it? Is it fixable or workable at this point? Is there any way I can feel good about it? And while you got that shield walled up, you go within right here, beautifully so. You listen to yourself and say, I got to do what's right for me. And if I feel the need to protect myself this intensely towards this relationship, then maybe it's best I don't continue to contemplate it at all or give to it at all. Okay. So this is a fairly recent decision. at least for the time being. King of Pentacles. To consider, which you have done intuitively, your best interests. Ten of Wands, I know you associate it very much with labor. King of Pentacles twice. Yeah, like I said, you might have a lot of earth in your chart. Like a lot. Three of Cups, Ten of Wands. To consider, in your best interest, how hard has it been for you to keep bringing this together? I told you there was a labor component in here. It's on me. I have to participate, and when I do, I overgive to this. I maintain the structure of it. It is very much dependent on me to participate. Okay. I don't want to. Could you? Yes, absolutely. You're that person that if you want to put in the effort to bring something together and make it work, you will. But you're saying therein lies the rub. Just because I can doesn't mean I should. Exactly. So it's like, I have no problem working hard to bring things together. People, places, situations, circumstance, work, whatever. Social, emotional connectivity. No problem. If it's hard, okay, fine. I don't mind a little bit of a challenge. But you're saying this is an excess and therefore it's self-defeating. If I participate in it, it's on me. I'm the one who pays the energetic tax, the emotional tax, the physical labor tax. So if I'm going to work hard to bring something together, it needs to benefit me. So you're listening to yourself quietly. Does this benefit me when I give to it? The answer seems to be a resounding no. So you have a lot of life experience that says, I know when something's worth it. I know. This is proving time and again to not be worth it. So I need to do what's in my best interest. Yeah, you have no problem trying to bring something together, make it work, so long as it's worth it. That is absolutely within your wheelhouse of experiences, honey. That is absolutely a skill you possess. So you keep that in mind. All right? It needs to be worth it. And Chariot, twice. Look at that. Okay, Cancer season. We're going to be making some big strides here in Cancer season. You find this connection very taxing. Clearly, you're seen as the reliable one. Clearly, you're seen as the bedrock, right? Yeah, and for that reason, this relationship cannot function without you. I think you figured that out. It's like I need to use my powers for good, not for ill, and most certainly not against my best interests. That's right. The Chariot. Very down to earth. And I love how you have such a strong grip on self-worth. So I don't know how long you got caught up in this, but it was long enough to defy your own sense of self-worth. Like, this thing cannot exist without me, literally. I give the best of myself to it, and it harms me. This is not why I was put on this planet. Okay. There are literally other things I could be doing that are more beneficial to me, my environment, my health, my emotional self, all that good stuff. 7 of Cups, 5 of Cups, King of Swords. Okay. Looking quite firm there in Chariot. And then I see you out here. It's like, okay, I know what to do. And you do know what to do. I say you make a solid decision here. It's kind of open-ended. 5 of Cups, 7 of Cups. There are a variety of things you could do. But you moving forward, that seems to be what you're leaning into the most. You're sad. In many ways you're sad. That 5 can absolutely be extracted from that 7 of Cups. There's a lot of different ways you could move. There's a lot of different ways you could open up. And sadness, it seems, is not one of them. I don't see you making any decisions that benefit the past. Okay. You don't want to stay there anymore in that sadness. There are other things you'd like to open up to and explore. So it is very open-ended. It's more about the metaphor here as opposed to the direct action. Okay. But you opening up into more positivity and having a set mind on it. Okay. I don't want to continue to dwell in the past or feed the past. So moving forward, whatever that means to you, is a solid decision as well as an emotional premise for release, freedom, moving forward. Okay? It's like there's other things out there to be open up to. Five of Cups. It's a one-way street. Learn from the past. Don't get lost to it. And you staying connected to this or continuing to pursue it or trying to continue to bring it together, which again you could. It's up to you. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. You know you could. But it literally can only exist with your assistance, under your labors, to keep this thing together. So I don't know what this is getting from you other than your effort. A lot of it. But it can't do without you either. So when you make that decision to move forward, whatever that means to you, it's done so powerfully and you own it. And it's sad. Oh yeah, it's sad. But also honest. You listen to you. If you circle back to this and make any firmer conclusions on it, that's another reading for another day. Okay? But not allowing yourself to participate in it further is a good start. Okay? Okay, well, that's a little jumping. Nope, that didn't pull. Okay. I'm looking for that one definitely flipped out and around. I thought there might be a second one. Not that I'm seeing it. Okay, so end of a cycle. Well, it's a little preliminary. Like I said, I didn't see any absolutes for you. I said that would be further out, another reading for another day. But for some of you, it's an end of a cycle. Now, even if, let's say, you don't completely cut this relationship out of your life, what it does to you, it's over. How you participate in it, it's over. Okay. Maybe if whoever else is in there could get their shit together and stop making you the scapegoat for the relationship, including all the labor attached to it. Maybe there's something there for you to work with later, but for how you participate in this, what it does to you, that's over. Okay? It's almost like you remembered your sense of self-worth. It was there this whole time, but when you get caught up in stuff like this, it's easy to forget, you know? The more a relationship like this drags you down, right? You're much more likely to forget what makes you you. I'm glad you're getting your power back and remembering who the heck you are. But yeah, this how you interact with this is over. If not the whole thing itself. R, J, I, and we have one medallion. Aquarius. You might have some very strong Aquarius in your chart. Could be connecting to. The season might be important to you, but that's much further out than what I'm reading today. Leo, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, what's up? Show me, Sagittarius. The situation, 9 of Wands. How you feel, 10 of Pentacles. Okay, to consider the Empress. Outcome, 4 of Wands. All right. Opening's a little rough there. You're showing frustration, anger, possibly blockage. How you feel? You feel the need for stability at this time. 10 of Pentacles. To stabilize things, making sure everything's in working order. Okay. I got you. To consider the Empress. Strong influence here. Outcome, 4 of Wands. Some sort of relationship energy at play. 4 of Wands. Once more, relationship is two people define it. So, we'll see. Let's see what's going on. 9 of Wands. Five of Pentacles, yeah, King of Wands, 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so there's been some instability around the subject of coin, foundational energies, Home, work, career, finances, community. You're on it, though. You were on it. My goodness. Whatever fault there was here, whatever breakage there was, Sag was on it like this. Recovery, recovery, recovery. You're good at it, too. This is where you tend to shine. If something's broke, you fix it. If something's lost, you recover it. That's what this Saggy does. So that's, well, I think that in part explains your Nine of Wands, the frustration element. It's kind of like, leave me alone so I can concentrate on this. Okay? Because like I said, there's some edge in there. But yeah, if you are recovering from some breakage or damage, stands to reason, you need to be left alone so you can concentrate on this. Because you went from a 5 to an 8 pretty damn quickly. Okay? Like I said, this is where you shine. Your ambition is right here. Okay? How you feel, 10 of Pentacles, like I said, stability, the need for stability, okay, to get back into stability. Looks like we had a bit of a shake-up here, and you weren't having it. Yes, you feel the need for stability at this time. King of Pentacles, the Sun, I have Priestess. Yeah, like I said, this is where you shine. I tell you what, for this Saggy, if something's broken, it ain't going to stay that way. Wow, look at you. It's like, this is what I do, baby. This is what I'm good at. I believe you. So I don't know what happened. Bad investment, instability in some way. You were on it. And you did not let that sit and fester. No. You took care of it ASAP. You were on it. Oh, this Saggy is not going to tolerate loss. I'll tell you that right now. It's like, oh no. I expect things to go back into their 10 of Pentacles working order. Thank you. You're that person that when you see an out of order sign, in reality, it probably pisses you off on the inside. It shouldn't be out of order. It should be working. And if it's not working, you fix it or you replace it. Is that you? A lot of people see those out of order signs and think nothing of it. And there's other people like you who'd be like, no. That's ridiculous. That's ludicrous. Someone's not doing their job. Yeah. King of Pentacles, the Sun, the High Priestess. Yeah, you have a feeling all will be well in no time. And I mean no time. My goodness. Look at you. No. No breaks. Not on this Sagittarius watch. Hell no. Okay, to consider the Empress. My goodness. Happy and thriving in no time. Good job. Good job. Well done. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune, 4 of Wands, a 7 of Wands. Little bit of a contradiction. It's not too bad. The Empress to consider. Typically I default to the collective I'm reading as the Emperor Empress as a form of empowerment. I knew right away it wasn't you. It is a person of significance. It's entirely up to you. Someone who is coming back on your timeline. They are saying 4 of Wands, so they have some sort of relationship with you. It's here twice. This could be anybody. You can have a relationship with a family member, a friend, but also, of course, a lot of people think of spouse, particularly in combination like this, 4 of Wands, the Empress. Basically, someone who is part of the household in some way. Okay. Yeah, 7 of Wands, though. Here's the thing. They're coming back around on your timeline with a lot of caution. So it's a bit of a contradiction. It's like, I'm here, I'm a person of empowerment, love, nurturing, care, support, as denotes more to the Empress. Relationship, yes, but caution, standards, my boundaries, my standards, my boundaries. So this is someone who is emphasizing relationship with you, stability with you, but also I'm doing so very cautiously with a lot of standards in place. So that's interesting because they show up on your timeline, kind of like showing up on your timeline with demands, but they are firm and I suppose loving demands. Okay, but yeah, it's interesting. It's different. Let's see that 4 of Wands in the outcome. So to consider, this is coming up for you. I would say within a week or so. I don't know how long you were absent from them. But they do kind of come back with a sense of, you know, this is my weight, this is my authority. Okay. All right. Well, I always advocate people know themselves. That's a good thing. I mean, if you interpret it as a good thing, you know what your worth is. You know what you can do. I see how you are very capable. You love this shit. You live for this. Look at that. If something's broke, you make it work. Why do I keep getting that, this kind of pressing idea of loss of contract? There was a potential here for loss of contract, or you actually lost some contracts, and that can cover a variety of things. But I do know that it could affect the bottom line or monetary value as it relates, it seems, to your work, your function, your role, and could affect potentially the greater scheme of things that you would call community. You prevented that, I believe. It was a good save. No, it was a damn good save. You know, I thought it was a little weird. We got a lot of coverage for you today, and I'm happy about that. It surprises people sometimes how non-linear tarot is. It doesn't surprise me, but there you go. Good job. Kudos to you. I love your work spirit. I really do. I get that. You shine there. So okay. It's not contradict. We're in a relationship. Recognized. I'm a person of importance. Recognized. I'm coming back on your timeline, but I'm coming back on your timeline with demands. Demands is a harsh word. Boundaries, standards, caution. I will re-enter this relationship with you with caution. Hear me out. This is what I need here. And again, I advocate for, once more, self-worth and what is it people need. And if they have standards, great. Boundaries, great. Exercise them. Good. It's just weird the way it shows up. Demanding things. It's like, well, why were you away? And how long were you away? And what were you doing? Okay. And here's the actual outcome of that. The 4 of Wands. You went Ace of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups. You're like, okay, this is what you say you need. Thank you. I'm glad. Again, one of the biggest issues we see in love energies and intimate energies is people failing to communicate their needs because they don't want to be the bad guy, but then that's how 2 people end up being the bad guys because they fail to communicate what they need, so therefore their partner fails them, and then we create bad guys out of each other and ourselves. So I'm glad they came through saying this is what I need, but you also have some thoughts too. And your thoughts are very different from theirs. Your thoughts are, I don't think we're in a relationship other than friendship. So you have a truth as well. And that's a hard truth. Ace of Swords is a very hard but honest truth. We come by this honestly, but typically in the hard way. So it's not just our truth, it's what we're prepared to act on. And it's like relationship. So let me tell you how I see it now. This is my definition of yours and I's relationship. Unfortunately, 5 of Cups, we have a lot of poor memories in there between you and I. And it's changed our dynamic through my eyes. I see you as a friend now. There's as much more intimate relationship energy potential, household, okay, direct household influence. And you're like, I see us more as friends now. And I think you mean it. And there's a sadness in your heart and a sadness in your mind when you say it, but it's your honest truth. So perhaps these 2 then took some necessary time apart to understand what they really wanted. And this person's like, this is what I want, but also what I need. for us to be in a happy, healthy, functioning relationship. And you're like, you know, this time apart has really allowed me to adjust my vision, and I kind of see it more correctly. I think we're better suited as friends. So it's not that you couldn't meet their needs or standards, it's just that you no longer wanted to be in the position to try. Okay? Now, what's interesting to me is that this just seems to roll on through when you've got success on your particular timeline, which, by the way, you seem to have done without this person's influence, so let's keep that in mind. But I look, man, coincidences they're real, but this is not a coincidence. That you managed to fix everything, stabilize it, you're up and running, you're high functioning, recovery's solid, you're happy, you feeling good about you right here. It's like, I knew I could do it. Hell yeah. And then they're like, well, now that you got everything back in working order and things are stable, this is what I need for us to resume our relationship. This is not a coincidence. You just happen to do all the work around stability and coin, and then they're like, I can make it work with you. The fuck is that? I'm sure they're lovely, but honey, this is not a coincidence. Where were they during the Eye of the Tiger? Where were they when the energy and the real work energies got really real and broken and a little scary there for a second? Okay. Now, true enough, you had your Nine of Wands going on. It was a leave me alone, but it wasn't directed at them. It was in the general sense. You had your focus down. You were locked into the goal or the objective. Your coin, something was off or had the potential to be off, and you recovered it. So it's when you turn around and say limitations, fears, no, you weren't going to give in to that. You were not going to give in to that. No, I saw. See, codependent. I told you it's not a coincidence. You're successful, and they want to claim the relationship energy with you all of a sudden. But this is what I need, though. I feel like we're past that discussion. Yeah, I want you to celebrate you. It's when you're celebrating. Job well done, kudos, and you're getting all the recognition that you deserve. That you 1,000% deserve. I told you it's not a coincidence. They see how brightly you're shining and how secure you are and happy. So yeah, let's come on in and start making demands. Yeah, this is what I need in place to be in a relationship with you, to feel secure. After you did the hard work. I don't know, man. I don't. Where was this conversation? How long ago? Why weren't they secure before? Where were they when there was real work to be done? I don't know. So your feedback is coming from an honest place. It looks like we're past the point of defining this as an intimate relationship anymore. It's running more akin to the friendship vibe. I think we're better suited as friends. X, U, R, Q. Interesting letters. We have the medallions of Taurus as well as Aquarius. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to last Taurus season. Is that when, which was not too long ago? Yeah? That was 4 weeks ago? Maybe 5? Is that when they kind of pulled away and you had your work hat on and you were knee deep in it? Interesting. Think about that. Think about that. Something to think about. Anyway, the season might be important to you. Not Aquarius season. That's much too far out. But yeah, I would say within a week or so, if it hasn't happened already. I want you to be as real with them as they were with you. Right? And this isn't a vengeance thing, getting back at you thing. It's just you have an honest perspective of it. Best effort deserves best effort. We put our best effort into our best relationships, and you no longer see it that way. Okay? You no longer want to give your best effort to someone you essentially see as a friend now. Okay, Saggy, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, what's up? Show me, Aries. Yeah. The situation, you, the Emperor. How you feel, the Sun. To consider, Knight of Swords, okay? Outcome, Judgment. Oh, what you gonna do? You may not know yet. The Emperor, situation, you. Feeling empowered. Feeling a lot like yourself these days. Cool, calm, collected, in control. I got it under control. Aries is good. How do you feel? The Sun. I feel pretty happy. I'm good. I'm good. I'm smiling, you know. I like me. I like where I'm at. Yeah. Everything's just so for this Aries. Thumbs up. To consider, Knight of Swords. You might take action or communicate. It's coming in a little abruptly, swiftly. Okay? But remember, you get to choose. You want to participate, you want to take action or communicate, that's up to you. Okay? Just be clear. Judgment, outcome, decision, divine timing. What's going on? See it right there on the split too. You, Emperor, Knight of Swords. Something here that may require your thoughts, your actions. Let's see the Emperor, please. Seven of Wands, Temperance, the Hierophant. Wow, you seem to be in the chill zone. You're in a deeply spiritual place at this time, by the way. You look great. Seven of Wands, you're maintaining healthy boundaries. So here we have Temperance coupled up with the Seven of Wands. So this is literally practicing healthy boundaries. Patience, you're practicing patience for yourself. Wisdom, understanding, insight, and above all, healing. It's like I insist I be right here. Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt my flow. Don't interrupt my process. I am committed to myself at this time. So lots of spiritual energy for you. And you're taking this very seriously. Very seriously. With the Hierophant there. So that you are committed to your own healing at this time. It's very serious for you. So it's not just spiritual healing. It's emotional. Some of you it's physical. Across the board. Oh yeah. But you are very committed to your health, your healing, all that jazz right here. And you know what? Stick to it because it's working for you. It's like, I have never felt more like me, Christina. And that's the honest truth. And this is the kind of thing that takes time, right? This is not a rush job. This is practicing patience right here. And a commitment to it, being kinder to yourself, right? More in alignment with you, intentionally going out of your way to make sure you're in alignment. That you like where you are, or who you are, I should say, and where you're at. Okay. Lovely. Good job. Very good job. Oh, yes. The Sun. How do you feel? Pretty happy. I'm not saying you're perfect. There's no such thing. I wouldn't want to know you anyway. But you seem to be very content with where you are and who you are. Okay. Nine of Cups, Four of Swords. Oh, Three of Swords. A little bit of background story there. It's normal. You're saying you're happy that you once more are personally satisfied. Nine of Cups. I'll tell you what, you're really committed to your health right here. And you're glowing. Four of Swords, Three of Swords. Privately, internally, you've been quietly healing a broken heart, and you have been for some time. This is not a new endeavor. That's quite old. But you've made phenomenal progress. So I don't know whatever it is that last broke your heart or who. Okay, it's not the point. You're saying I'm as fully recovered as I'm going to get. Because you're smiling now. Whatever that is, I can honestly say with the Nine of Cups and the Sun, this Aries can look back on that heartbreak and maybe even laugh about it. I don't know. But above all, you're showing me personal peace, and this is the kind of thing you cannot put a price on. You have to earn this. It's not given to you. It's not handed to you, and you can't buy it. You've earned it. I mean, that commitment to your spiritual health, physical, emotional, all that has paid for itself exponentially. All the work you put in there, and that took time. You're saying, I'm happy now. I'm pretty darn happy, and I can look back on that old heartbreak, and I'm okay with it. Like I said, maybe even some of you can laugh at yourself a little bit. Like, I see what I did there. I get it. And Nine of Cups. You're a happy camper. You look great. And I'm happy for you. I'm happy you're happy. When people do the work, it shows. I say it time and again. To consider. Knight of Swords. Something's coming on through. What's that? One more. I just said one more shuffle, they said. Okay. That's better. All right, let's see what's up with this Knight of Swords. What we doing? Have faith. Whatever this is, you can handle it. And it may not even be that big of a deal. So let's take a look at you. Four of Wands, Knight of Cups, Chariot. Oh, I wouldn't have known that looking at your Knight of Swords. Let's take a look at Judgment real quick. I was wondering. As I know you, when you get down to business, you're Knight of Swords, honey. Knight of Swords or Knight of Wands. Okay, that's Aries taking care of business. But this is different. Four of Wands, Knight of Cups, the Chariot. It's almost like you didn't know how to approach it. So I need to see Judgment. Show me Judgment. What you gonna do? Six of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Two of Wands. Okay, take your time and find out. Okay. It's interesting how you chose to approach this. It tells me you initially didn't know what it was. Because your response to this, should you choose to, you don't have to, is very perfunctory. It's very swift. It's very to the point, which is very you when you're in business mode. Okay. So I know, and you're in such a good place, you can handle yourself. It's interesting you showed the Knight of Swords. And initially, you do kind of treat it like business. You're not going to so easily put your heart on the line. You're not dismissing it. You're not avoiding it. And you're not shutting it down. No, I see you actively participating. But it is an emotional construct. Your reaction, though, is business. I think you're saying, I want to participate in this. But I need to take... I need to take the time to understand if this is something I want to participate in. Emotionally, I need structure. I need security around this. I don't know. It is emotional. Four of Wands, Knight of Cups, the Chariot. And my goodness, it's very emotional. It's soft. It's vulnerable. It's expressive. And it's expressing itself to you emotionally. You're showing me business. I'll talk to you. We'll hang out. But I need to see proof of structure before I get emotionally involved. So I'm not saying it's the perfect solution here. All it tells me is that you weren't expecting this. You're not dismissing it. But you're saying I need to grow into the knowledge of whatever this is. I need some sort of structure around it in order to proceed. So I don't see you dismissing it, but I don't see you immediately giving them the emotional part of you. Or access to the emotional part of you, if that makes sense. You're like, okay, we'll hang out. We'll try to balance. Let's talk. Let's start there. That's what I'm getting from you. It's not even really caution. It's more like you're showing me best practices. So I'm curious about why. Is because caution's different. That's more like Seven of Wands. Okay. This is more like cautionary practices. I need to get to know you first. Okay. Let's see if we can have some structure around that, some stability, and then maybe we can click more at the emotional level, but I'm not going to just jump right in there. It's interesting. It's like I need to think about it some more. It's almost like you're looking for proof. Are you stable? Can you talk? Can you communicate consistently? And then I'll see if I can go there with you. But yeah, that's a lovely emotional approach. And it is thinking about relationship. It moves swiftly here in Cancer season. And your actions, what's going on here? Who, what, when, where, why, how. So you didn't say stop. You didn't say cut it out. You didn't say go away. You said, what am I working with? Okay. So again, not the most romantic response, but it's almost like I need to look into this further. I don't know. Six of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Two of Wands. It's judgment. You still have more decisions around this. But it's almost like your response is, give me something to work with, structure, give me a reason to communicate with you, work with you, balance with you a little bit, and then we'll talk about emotions. To each their own. You didn't immediately jump into that. You didn't. I don't know why, and I don't know who that is. There's some beautiful water there, so it could be water sign, could literally be Cancer, but I just see it largely attached to the season. It's almost like you're saying, give me ID. I need proof about who you are. I don't know. My goodness, you went into details really quick. Yeah, but there's definitely a growing comfort component here. I need to look into this further. It's just my process. It's just how I do things. You want to get to know me better? Well, I need to get to know you better realistically. So something like that. Let's start with communication on a regular basis. That would be good. Say it's unexpected message. And then Ace of Swords. It's an unexpected truth. Air sign too. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Doesn't have to be, but it's unexpected message and truth. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I thought I had a flip out. When you work with these large decks, honey, sometimes they just surprise the heck out of you. You know? Those large decks, though, really. Sometimes they are more than my little hands can handle. That's the consequence of working with large decks, you know. A little bit of humor there for you. Chaser? Okay. Maybe they got a reputation, right? Maybe you feel like you're being chased. And that's why you kind of like, details. Who, what, when, where, why, how. I need to get to know you or this situation better. Because let me be clear. It says chaser. That doesn't mean it's bad. That means you are being pursued. I do believe this person wants to pursue you romantically. So you didn't dismiss them, but you immediately launched into structure, stability. Right? Better be safe than sorry. And it's like, I just need more proof that this is legit. You don't want to feel like you're being chased, because there you go. That's a very temporary, fun, but temporary feeling. Okay. All right, so just FYI, this coming up for you. You're smart. If this is just a bunch of bullshit about runner-chaser dynamic, yeah, you don't need to get involved. And so I kind of agree then with your approach or method. It's like I don't want my time wasted, so we can either establish the fundamentals of communication and connectivity here, or fuck off. You know? Just, you're that Aries here. You don't play, I'll tell you that. XSBA A, we have the medallions of Pisces, Aquarius, Scorpio. Yeah, heavy emphasis on water. Doesn't have to be, but just to let you know. Yeah, you could be connecting to. You might have these very strong particular signs in your own chart, of course, in which case check those placements. Seasons might be important to you, but Pisces and Aquarius is very far out, as is Scorpio. So I'm seeing it as the actual literal placements today. Yeah, Fox, that's you. You're clever. You're very clever. I think you want to know if this person's full of shit. Right? Yeah, you're very clever. You're swift. Fast. You're smart. Yeah, like I said, if you felt really bad about this, you would have dismissed it. You're in a good place. Dismissing anything would be a no-brainer for you at this stage in your life. No. You're interacting with a little bit, and then you'll make your further out judgments based on what you experience with them from a more structured point of view. Okay. Aries, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Aquarius, please. The situation, Page of Pentacles. How do you feel? Ten of Swords. To consider, Page of Swords. Outcome is the Magician. Yeah, what do you want? I'm curious about that. The situation, Page of Pentacles, you have the opportunity to invest yourself in a situation, place, circumstance, or connection. Asked how you feel about it. I don't feel very good about it at all, Christina. Ten of Swords, it's a painful situation. Now, Ten of Swords is no guarantee of an ending. I need to see more cards than just the Ten of Swords. People can live with pain for an extraordinary amount of time and keep giving to a painful situation if they're not prepared to close it. So, let's see where you are. To consider, Page of Swords, again, that doesn't tell me much. Not a lot of insight, perhaps, on the situation, and that's something else to think about. Don't give blindly to this or just assume to. And then also, it could be the smallness of someone else's thoughts, not necessarily just yours. Outcome is the Magician. So yeah, what do we want? What are we manifesting there in the end? All right. Page of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles, Six of Swords, Three of Wands. So you did say I'm out of here. And then you also said, I'm going to take some time to figure things out. Three of Wands. So there is an exit here from a broken situation. But it's like exit with a purpose. I need space from this to think about things. Three of Wands, and I'm going to give myself some space to wait and take it from there. So it's not necessarily waiting without purpose, no. But you needed to get away from a broken situation and think about things. And you needed distance to do it. And give yourself some time to figure out long term. Okay. But here you go. Page of Pentacles. The question, however, did not go away, right? That was the whole point of getting space from this. Looking back on it, looking over your shoulder, do you want to still give to that situation? Right? Just because you got space. Didn't mean it wrapped itself up. It didn't mean it concluded on its own. It's still an option for you to give to that. Okay, so what did you learn? What did you learn in your distance, your time apart, your time away? What did you learn? You know it's painful. Ace of Cups, Five of Cups, Ten of Cups. It's very painful. And it seems to involve a lot of folks, not just you and someone else. There's a lot of love on the line here. Ace of Cups, 5 of Cups, 10 of Cups. Some of it's beautiful, some of it's good. Sometimes it isn't. 5 subtracted from 10 is still 5, you know. So we have a positive and a negative. Ace of Cups. Yeah, it's still within your wheelhouse to give to this situation and refresh the love. It's painful. And if you give to this situation, if you continue to give to this situation, there's no guarantee that everybody will be kumbaya. Ideally, we want emotional harmony. 10 of Cups in the inner circle, family, friends. But you say it has a long and outstanding painful history there. No matter how much love you've tried to show it over the years. Your best cup, your fullest cup. It always feels like you or some other folks are left in want. Okay. So yeah, you can see the good in it. You can also see the pain in it. Okay. Page of Swords. Ace of Wands, the World, 5 of Wands. Exactly, because you've been through this before. This is cyclic. This is a subject that you have experienced in a fairly large dynamic many times. Open, close, on, off. Okay, I'm going to try to give this some fresh energy. Oh, never mind. Fuck it. No one's happy. Yeah, you have to remember aces aren't just new. It can be renewed. You've tried to renew the positive, happy, feel-good energies, love, hope. Love, hope. Many times. You've approached this, backed away, approached this, backed away. And here it is before you again. You've backed away. You still have the opportunity to reapproach this and try again. Knowing that it's not just about you. There are other people in there too. They have to be just as willing to give to this in order to make it happy or balanced or equal or loving. But you know what happens? In fact, your point of view, the smallness of your thoughts here haven't changed much over time because it's repeating. So you have no new information about an ongoing cyclic dynamic. Not much has changed here over time as you see it. I give it some good energy. Closes out again, starts a fight, we go back, try to give it something else, and it seems to go to pot. And it's like, here we are again. I got distance from the situation. I needed to clear my head. And here we are. Am I going to try to give to this again? So your pages indicate no. The smallness of your investment, and it shows a declining interest. Okay. And also the indication of your thoughts. There's not much else that's new to think about here in this dynamic. The Magician. That World is a hinge, but it also represents the cyclic behavior patterns. In the center circle, I give to it, and then I'm hurt by it, or feel betrayed, or pushed back against, or rejected. I want very much for us all to get along, but it's not just about me, and you're right. There are a lot of influences in there. Eight of Wands, Queen of Swords, 6 of Cups. Okay. The outcome, you don't seem to have an actual long-term outcome to this situation. I maintain pages are not a lot. They're really not, but there's still something. You can still give to this situation if you want to, but it seems you already know what the end results will be. So why don't we take that, okay, put that aside. There's someone here that you want to talk to, and this is someone you trust. Of your inner circle, there is one connection in here, specifically, that you trust to love and support you correctly. You need to talk to them. It's a Six of Cups, is someone whom you have a unique history with. It does not have to be a partner or an intimate partner or an ex. A lot of people confuse that. No, you can have a soul bond with anybody. The definition of a soul bond is a history, and it's unique. Okay, so that's the intuitive undercurrent that runs between those two. It's mostly felt, largely unspoken. But you have memories with them. You have memories with all these people, right? But this one shines a little brighter. It's a little different. This is someone whom you can trust. You need to talk to them. Okay? You are willing it. Conversation with that one person to help you with this, I believe. You want to know what they're thinking. And if you completely exit this dynamic, would they support you? Okay, and if so, what are the reasons? Because there's your mind at work. If you continue to give to this situation, is that the right thing for you to do? And what are their thoughts on that? You want to talk to this person. So, like I said, it's not a long-term solution, but it's going to help give you some insight and some influence that it seems that you need, because this is a difficult situation. And I know you, Aquarius, honey, you famously will make up your own mind on your own terms, which means you have a tendency to be very mentally independent. You allow precious few to influence you. So they must be special indeed. I want you to talk to this person, because I maintain you don't have to keep doing this merry-go-round thing. It's your inner circle. I know it's very hard to get out of these large-scale, argumentative, sometimes toxic patterns with people. But you're right, it's not just up to you. And I don't want you to keep re-entering a situation that constantly leads to the same disappointment and arguments and sense of betrayal. Okay? But continuing on as is not going to help you. That's right, because you've done it too many times. So if you're going to close the door on this kind of dynamic, you got to know that you're going to do it. Okay? But if you keep it open, you're going to have to work hard to understand who it is you keep the door open to. Okay? But here's one person here that it seems that you can trust, no problem. I want you to talk to them. You want to talk to them, actually more to the point. Smallness. Why is there so much arguing in there and no insight? It's like you have too many people in there all shouting at each other, and therefore nobody hears anything. No, you need to listen to me. No, you need to listen to me. It just becomes a shout fest over and over again. And accusations. There's so many arguments and accusations that you must have a very large inner circle. My goodness. But you did the right thing right here. 1,000%. I support you. It was best to stop giving to that situation immediately. Get some space from it, because you're right. It's broken, and no matter how much you try to influence, it's not going to fix the situation. You don't want to keep giving to it as is, but you're not necessarily convinced a full break is where you need to go. I know you got a soulmate. So soulmate, again, it does not have to be an intimate person. Soulmate, soul bond. You can have many. Soulmate implies one. That's bullshit. You can have many soul bonds in this life. Okay. But that one is very specific. We need to talk to that person. The divine masculine. Some of you identify as a divine masculine. Okay. Emperor. Okay. Or possibly connecting to that person whom you don't have trust issues with. Epiphany, breakthrough. That's what I'm saying. You want the influence. It's like, is there something here I'm not seeing? Is there something here I don't get? Am I right to break away from all this? We want that epiphany. We want that breakthrough. your person here is going to help you with that. Okay? It's very frustrating. Oh, look at the letters. T, Z, H, O, L, D, 2 N's. Okay. So let me go back to that thought I originally had. I need to see more evidence in a Ten of Swords. Okay. To call an ending. And you showed me more than a Ten of Swords today. You showed me the 6 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, and the World. Here's the thing. It's also cyclic. We keep going back to a broken situation knowing it's broken. But you try to renew the energies of love and hope. But you keep getting the same results. Okay? Reasonably, it might be time for you to look at a long-term closing structure on this. I know it's hard. But don't think of it as giving up. Because it's not. You've tried. It wouldn't be giving up. It's a situation that doesn't know when to quit. And it doesn't involve just you. To make a large-scale dynamic like this work, everybody has to want to make it work. Yours is not the only voice. Yours is not the only influence. But there is someone here you can talk to about these things, and they're going to give you some insight on that. Okay. Aquarius, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Gemini. The situation, 2 of Swords. How do you feel? 3 of Cups. To consider, 2 of Cups. Outcome is the World. Okay. 2 of Swords, situation, some confusion here. What to do, what to do. How do you feel? You say, well, you feel that you could participate. You feel that you could connect emotionally here, reconnect. 3 of Cups. You feel you could, and even part of you desires it, and that's why you're showing me confusion. Should I connect to it? Because a part of me kind of feels good about that. But then there's another part of me that's hesitating and pulling back. Okay. We'll see why that is. To consider 2 of Cups, your feelings for that particular connection and how they feel about you. Outcome, the World. You could keep yourself open to this, but I think many of you will close it off. I'm not saying you have to, and I'm not telling you what to do. That's what's here today. Okay. 2 of Swords. Should I keep connecting to this? Because like I said, part of you desires to. In some small way, you still desire to. The Star, the Moon, 10 of Swords, see? Equal parts mixed. And it confuses you. Like I said, you still have some really old desires to keep connecting to this because it's familiar to you. At least emotionally, it's still familiar to you. So there's a very old desire here to keep connecting to this, mixed with pain, disappointment, and confusion around that pain and disappointment. The Moon and 10 of Swords. A lot of pain here in this connection that's never been fully understood by you or fully made clear. You just know that it exists. You know that pain exists, possibly an old ending, and you still have the opportunity to reconnect to this. But yeah, it's kind of like saying, I'm mixed, Christina. I'm giving myself mixed signals here. Sometimes I want to connect to this. Sometimes I want to get the hell away from it. It hurts. And I'm still confused about where that hurt comes from. Like, why did this shut down? Why did I stop, or why did we stop connecting to each other to begin with? What's wrong here? What's missing? And it's hard, guys. It's hard to desire something that you know has a known track record of hurting you. Right? Because it creates in us that conflict. Do I dare to continue to have hope for this? Or should I just leave it be? That constant tension. Something's got to win out, guys. You can either completely connect to this in the way you want and so desire that doesn't have the pain element anymore, or you can't. Okay then. Death. Knight of Swords. Ten of Cups. Like I said, you feel in a way that you could connect to this again or reconnect to it again, but you're saying it will probably end up the same way. And Death, Knight of Swords, Ten of Cups. You don't have conviction that this thing can be harmonized in the greater scheme of things, happily ever after. It's one thing when it's just these two people knocking around, right? But if we're talking happily ever after, where everything's kumbaya, everybody's emotionally satisfied and safe, like, no, I know how it's going to happen. I know it's going to go down. So conflict, long-term desires, and pain over those long-term desires. How long have you been trying to keep this thing together? Okay. Two of Cups. It's hard, guys. Let's see that Two of Cups, please. To consider it. There's that Two of Swords again. Yes, same person over and over again. Same connection over and over again. I tried for so long to desire it and make it work, to heal it, to make it healthy. And I'm met again and again with the same results. And it's never really clear to you why. Two of Swords, Four of Cups, the Hanged Man. Yeah, well, I'll tell you why. Here's the missing ingredient. It takes two, honey. It looks like someone here is perpetually unhappy or unsatisfied, and I'm not convinced it's you. I think you had a vision of keeping this together for a long time, but you're always confused by the source of the pain. It never made sense to you. Why is there this sense of looming danger or an ending surrounding us all the time? Well, despite your vision and your best efforts to show this love and keep it together, ultimately you're still confused because the other person whom you're connected with, there's never been any real clarity about why they're unhappy. And that's a personal thing, and there's nothing you can do about that. If someone here is perpetually dissatisfied, unhappy, they're not going to do their part to keep this thing alive, happy, healthy, and functioning. That seems to be the missing ingredient to your confusion here. I've loved this the best I could. I kept it together as long as I could. Why is it always painful? Because it's not just you. I don't know what makes them unhappy, and neither do you. Which means they didn't want to find out. They didn't want to dig too deep. Or they don't know how to say, I'm unhappy in this connection. Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot to work with here over a long period of time. So in the forefront, your reading is incredibly easy. Two of Swords, Three of Cups, Two of Cups, but you see how deeply it went. No, honey, I don't think you need to keep trying to keep this thing connected. Okay? I really don't. I don't want you to have any more mixed desires or mixed hope, and that's not fair to you. Okay? It's not fair to you. It's kind of like you keep reapproaching the situation. So would it make you happy to work things out? I would really like to, I guess. You get these kind of lukewarm responses that are vague and unappealing. Okay? Take that for what it is. It looks like disinterest, it seems, from perhaps a sulky teenager, but that kind of tells me how underdeveloped or immature it is. It either doesn't want to do the work, it doesn't want to do the inner reflection, or is simply unhappy and content to stay that way. I don't know. So even if you chose, let's say on your side of things, for your part, you would choose to keep this connected. You got to ask yourself at some point, do you still feel the same in the prospects of this and a happily ever after? Clearly you don't. I think you keep poking and prodding yourself with an unnecessary question, or rather a question that's been answered several times over. I really want you to put this question to rest. Yeah, stop tormenting yourself with it. This situation, in and of itself, has given you more than enough answer. I would very much like it if this Gemini shifted their hope and desire elsewhere. Something that's real. Something that you can actually have. Something where you don't have to question a 3 of Cups and a 2 of Cups. It's so exaggerated. And through my eyes, it's that, how are you feeling? I'm fine. Now imagine hearing that 20 times a day for 20 years. The answer is clearly not, I'm fine. It's way too much saturation of a sourness, a sadness. And you're like, I don't understand. It's because it's not you. It wasn't your place. It was never your place to understand why someone else is so unhappy. It was always theirs. And once understanding it, claiming it, and speaking it to you. And your job here is to not continue to throw darts at that phone book, hoping you'll get the correct answer. Name. Something. No. You said what you would like to have done. For how long now? But you lost faith in it, and it hurts. Okay. Ace of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Swords. It's settled in. All right? It's settled in. There's an admission here, and I see, honestly, honey, I just see your Gemini process going back and forth like this. It doesn't mean you're wishy-washy. You do all this internally. Eventually, Gemini has an answer. But it's an internal process. Libra has a tendency to do an external process of the back and forth, so it's very visible, which makes them look indecisive and wishy-washy. Okay? That's not. They eventually land on their decision, too. But Gemini has a much more internal process, and this is your 2 sides going back and forth. Should I have hope and faith in this, or should I let it pass, let it go? Okay. Is it wrong for me to desire this because of these reasons? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. What you desire is not wrong. All you wanted for this was to be happy, healthy, loving, functioning. Okay? But who you kept trying to assign it to ultimately proves to be the problem. And that's outside of your control. All you can do is do with what's in your control for yourself in accordance to what is right for you on principle. Okay? So the world, yes, long story short, eventually, yes, I see you closing this out bit by bit, piece by piece. And you're saying in time, you know you'll feel good about new. and that you know you will feel good about this decision made. It's a harsh truth. You know that. But I'd rather you execute that harsh truth than to continue to kick around in the unknown. It's not fair. It's not fair. And who knows, maybe minus this connection, they can, on their own terms, figure out for themselves what makes them happy, because they don't seem to have any more answers for you when you two are connected. Okay. All right. Ace of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Swords. Yeah. In time, you know. And here's the thing. I want to let you know this. I just want you to be prepared for this. When this is closed out, you're going to have a rush of energy that you did not expect. And that excitement's going to carry you over into the future. Okay? And Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Swords. And you can see the truth on all this. And that moment you feel, that giddy sort of freedom, the prospect of new, you're going to look back on that and say, that's how I know ultimately this was correct. It's not mine to deal with anymore. Okay. So you know how I always say, and well, if you don't, if you're new, hi, my name's Christina. There's a common saying around here, mixed signals mean no. Now, typically that's attributed to an outside person. They're giving you mixed signals, it's a no. Guess what? It works from within too. So within, so without. Mixed signals from inside you is your biggest indicator that this all meant no. Okay. Should I continue to try? I've got mixed feelings and thoughts on that. No. Family concerns. I understand. You probably consider this person as part of your family. And then also, perhaps, as a secondary or even tertiary concern, what is the family going to think of all this? Pull that back. Put the spotlight back on you and this person. Push and pull energy. Vary. From within, so without. And if you don't think a bunch of I don't know, and I don't know why I'm unhappy, or I'm just fine, is push and pull. It absolutely is push and pull. Because there you are, pushing and pulling, or digging to try to get more from this person. So they're doing their part for the push and pull as well. Okay? And since perhaps last winter, that had become extremely evident to you. Okay. Same is true. What do you want to do? I don't know what I want to do. But that's your one response over and over again, collectively. Okay. A, P, L, Y. We have the medallions of Aries, Aquarius, Virgo, Taurus. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to. Their seasons might be important to you. As indicated here in your oracles today, possibly since last winter, it seems to me the rush of most concurrent energies are from, however, Aries and Taurus season, but as it resonates. Alrighty, we have the Pegasus in reverse, upside down. Refusal to make decisions. To go left, to go right. I'm not empowered. There's nothing I can do. I can't take flight. So someone who refuses to acknowledge their own sense of freedom or wings or the ability to choose. When you have wings and you deny wings, that's a huge personal crime. Either for you or for them. Okay, your four-leaf clover. I promise you, your luck is not in this situation. Your luck is outside of it. People are amazed at how lucky they become once they start making the big decisions. Okay. And then we have the Captain's Wheel, which is a combination of the Wheel of Fortune and the World. You had both right there. Time moves forward always, with or without your approval, care, or regard. Time is neutral in nature. It does not care what we experience. It just moves forward. So make the best use of your time always, because it's going to happen with or without your approval. And doors close and doors open in that time. Use it wisely. Gemini, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Do you know, I learned something interesting the other day with the use of your collective name. Went to the doctors recently, had a checkup. Okay, now I've gotten back into my exercise habits and clearly trimmed off a couple of pounds, right? The doctor sees it, clocks it, and says, "How many Libras do you weigh?" Now, that took me a moment. What? He said, "How many Libras do you weigh?" And I said, I understand the words. I don't understand how you're putting them together for the sentence. LBs. And I could see by the twinkle in his eye, he thought he was being clever. "How many LBs do you weigh?" And then I went, "Oh, is that?" He's like, "Yeah. Did you know that?" Libra, abbreviated LBS, stands for pounds. The scales. Get it? How many Libras do you weigh? Legit. Legit. Pounds. You think it would be PDS, PND, maybe PNDS, whatever. Maybe even the hashtag, which formerly used to be called pound. But no, it's LBS. How many Libras do you weigh? And he's like, "See, I taught the tarot lady something." Because he knows what I do, right? He was real proud of himself. I didn't know that. It makes so much sense now. I get it. I get it. But yeah, I had no idea. It's just one of those things you take for granted as a norm, you know? I don't know why pounds is abbreviated LBS. Now we do. Okay. Or LB for pound, singular. The situation, Page of Swords. How do you feel? 10 of Pentacles. To consider, 9 of Swords. Outcome, Temperance. All right, Page of Swords. Small insight, I believe, on a particular situation. I don't believe anybody's spying right now. I believe you had an insight. How do you feel? 10 of Pentacles. Whatever it is that you were thinking about, contemplating right here, while it starts out as a small idea, you feel that it could take you into realms of stability. You're saying, "I could do with more of that." Thank you. To consider, 9 of Swords. You got something on your mind, stress. Okay. So this might be then what I'm looking at as a solution to something that's been on your mind. Temperance is the outcome. I believe you achieve it. Okay. Now show me peace, healing, patience, calmness, serenity. All right. So whatever it is you figured out here, good. It's going to lead to calmer times. Something here has occurred to you, Page of Swords. I believe I'm seeing a cinnamon hair. I tell you, I wonder though. I wonder how it travels, but that's the thing about pet hair. It travels, despite my best efforts to clean up after my beautiful husky. Still, I'll tell you, that fur moves around. 6 of Wands. Queen of Wands. 10 of Swords. Okay. There is something here that you just started to think about in terms of unfortunate, but also could benefit you. I know that sounds weird. Page of Swords. It's a very small idea. But you're like, 10 of Swords. There's a painful situation here. However, when and if it concludes, it also means my triumph for freedom. Okay. So like I said, small thought. But it seems to take you to very big energies, excuse me, that are a lot more positive, and they seem to solve some sort of problem here that's been on your mind. Very stressful situation. But yeah, it's like that conclusion, difficult as it may be, means I get to rejoice. I have freedom. There's a lot of freedom here. Victory even. Okay? It looks very frustrating, anxious. And you want to get back into a place of stability. Okay? Solidity. Foundation. A known, regular, consistent environment. Seven of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, a lot of work there. All right. You seem to be up for it. It's like, look, it's an unfortunate situation, but with that unfortunate situation's conclusion, I know I will work through this heartbreak in time and I will be prosperous and stable once more. So yeah, you kind of see it as I give up this one thing or exit this one thing, I can enter peacefully, happily, and productively in another area of my life. Okay. So here we have a rising sense of hope, confidence, but freedom. And over here, you feel honestly you can live a very productive, peaceful way of life and actively heal minus the situation. I don't have to give to it anymore. I don't have to think about it anymore. I don't have to consider it or make space for that situation anymore. And it just occurred to you, like, oh, by not participating, by giving this up, I can be happy and free and stable and productive. I can put in my best effort over here, and this appeals to you greatly. Really maximizing your personal sense of stability and then also foundation. Okay. So I don't know what it is here that I guess I want to say has been holding you back, or perhaps in some way you perceive it as holding you back, but not anymore. I believe the idea of an exit has occurred to you. I don't know what it is you're prepared to give up or stop participating in, but it's here. And in fact, it's already kind of, as soon as you think about it, you already kind of visually see it as being behind you. Okay. Like that's pain and disappointment and hardship of the past. To consider that stress, Nine of Swords. You have a plan. You do. Three of Wands. Five of Pentacles, Judgment. Oh, okay. It's kind of like saying it was a matter of time before the solution came to you. All right. This is something that's been keeping you up at night, very anxious, sometimes to the point of feeling sick. And it took a while. It did. It took a while. Spirit, universe, however you want to do it, admits that. It took a while, but I found a solution for you. Three of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Judgment. You had to be in it, and perhaps you had to be in it longer than you meant to or intended to, but there's a solution here now. It does mean your release or your freedom. And you can see it. You can see it. Okay? You can feel it. It's coming. To be clear, this Libra, once you have this idea of how to exit and you can put it behind you, you see it for what it is, release. You get out of jail free card, I don't know. But it feels that way. You plan to get to work. Not just work as in coin, but make a whole life here. And the emphasis is one word, stability. So I'll work through my heartbreak in time. I'll get over that. I will. But I want to be productive, man, and I want to live life on my terms. Yeah. But that insight you recently had is not a coincidence. It's right on time, even though it feels late. You see a way out and a way forward into prosperity, productivity, stability. Temperance is the outcome. You have an out here, and it occurs to you, and it's right on time, even if it took time. Take the out. You know, and I don't know what the hell this is, guys. You do. But take the out. Put that pain behind you, and the disappointment. Temperance for temperance, my. The moon. Oh, Seven of Cups. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's not underestimate that. Listen, whenever somebody can visualize or start to visualize their freedom and the energy rises, turns of confidence, and positivity for the self. Ambition. Good. Good. You can start laying out those plans, and you can see things for yourself in future that you are actively working on that make sense to you. It's what you couldn't do while you were in this situation. I'm glad that you see the way out. I want you to take it. But please do not underestimate the healing that you're going to need from all this. It's so much more than perhaps you know. The outcome for the Libra I'm looking at doesn't surprise you. Yes, because you even said, I'm going to heal from this. I will, while I'm out here working hard and being productive. I know I'll work through that heartbreak. So the outcome is not going to surprise you. How deeply it runs will. Temperance, twice. The Moon, 7 of Cups. The surface is easy for you. Like the tip of an iceberg, you can see it. You have no idea how deep it runs. There's a lot of healing to do in here. Don't rush it. There's a lot of good quality work, but as you exit this situation, I promise you, yes, healing is correct. Yes, stability is correct. But do not underestimate how much is under there. There's a lot that's been suppressed. The emotional self specifically. You're making it look like, okay, I got the exit. I'm going to take that exit. I got the out. I'm going to take it. This is what I'm going to do. And yeah, I'm going to heal. I know I'm going to have some moments. You're going to have more than some moments, honey. Okay. I don't think you know how much you needed this. Be prepared to cry. And be prepared for shit to come up that hits you in ways you didn't expect. Not because your decision was wrong, but because that's how much shit you had to push down in order to tolerate this 10 of Swords and the 3 of Swords, which again, I don't know what it is. I just know that the solution, for you to see it, to get your mind around it, it took a long time to come through. And it seems to have come through in a way you did not expect. Okay. But there's a wealth of stuff in there that you had to actively push way the fuck down because you were not in a position to deal with it back here. Okay? So all your insights, your lessons, not just the memories, but what they mean now. Different. Looking at your memories, say, back here, is going to be very different comparatively out here. Your memories of what this was is going to have different shades, different context, different exposures. Because that's the truth of it. The stuff you had to push down in order to survive or get by or get on with life. It's good. It's the good stuff. That's the real meat and potatoes of healing right there. That's the neglected self. Let that Libra come through when it needs to come through. Don't be surprised if you feel like you're throwing off your plans to just work really hard and make a productive name for yourself and to recover from this. You will have disruptions, but it's good healing. Take the time to do it. Try not to push stuff down anymore. Okay? Because that's when we have to double back. Right? And our healing takes us out of our plans, no matter how good they are. Because this needs more attention than that does. Okay? Deal with this goal you have over here, which is good. It will get easier, a lot more fluid. Okay? There's so much potential within you that you had to shut down, the emotional self that you had to shut down. So I don't know what the hell this is, but I'm glad you're getting out. Okay? That's it. And I tell you what, that exit plan is... it's unusual. It's coming out in a very unusual way. But the insistence is that it's still correct, even if it is unusual. Runner. See? And some of you run simply in this verification. Let me know if you're running while you're listening. I don't know how you could do that, honey. I have to have music. I can't run and listen to podcasts. I can't run and listen to stuff. I can't, because I said, folks, music allows me to tune out. It's talk speech actually allows me to tune in. So if you're, makes me tune in. But let me know if you're a runner. But some of you, it's a situation you never wanted to be seen as running from. But you didn't want to be in it either. You didn't want to be seen as a runner or a coward or someone who bails. No, I get that. But that doesn't necessarily mean it was a situation you were meant to stay in either. So remember that. There's a difference between running because you need to get out of a situation and running because you can't hack it, you don't got the guts, or you don't have the strength of will. You stayed in this longer than perhaps you should have. And maybe you should have run. I don't know. But it could also be interpreted as these emotions that you had to avoid or you felt you had to avoid in order to get on with things over here, running from your own feelings. About what this really means to you and how it was playing out in your world. I mean, there's so many different ways I could interpret the runner here. Be open to receive. It's a gift. Open up twice. You got to open up twice. You're being this gift, this unique opportunity to take this exit. Opt into that exit. If you were going to run away from it, you would have done it by now. That makes me beg the question, were you ever supposed to be in this to begin with? But that's another question for you at a later day. It's your time to open up and receive this gift. It's here. Okay. Like I said, it feels like a release. I could get out of jail. Okay, W, Z, I, H, M, A, P, F, and the Medine of Sag. You might have some very strong Sagittarius in your chart. Could be connecting to in some way. The season might be important to you, but it's much too far out for that to be the case. Perhaps last Sagittarius season was important to you. Okay, Libra, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Taurus, please. The situation, Ten of Swords. How do you feel about it? Six of Swords. To consider. Ace of Wands. Outcome, a High Priestess. Yes, please listen to yourself. Now, let's be clear. I'm looking at a situation, and Ten of Swords has been making the rounds today. Same for you. But when it comes to your situation here with the Ten of Swords, you're like, I'm out of here. Six of Swords. Okay. You're pretty calm about it, pretty collected. Once more, Six of Swords is still mental. So it's like acceptance. I gotta get out of here. There's nothing I can do. This particular shore is too chaotic, too dramatic, or it's too painful. I gotta go. To consider, Ace of Wands. All right. There's some energy here that might influence you that comes in the form of new hope, new energies. Positive, really. Could be passionate, could be creative, I don't know. But it could be a new form of guiding light for you. So you might want to incorporate that on your way out. All right? In the end, outcome, the High Priestess, listen to yourself. All right? There's still more to take in about this situation, what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, and where you might next go. All right. Ten of Swords. Now, mind you, once more, like always, Ten of Swords is no guarantee of an ending. Definitely a painful situation. And it can absolutely be a precursor to an ending. I see you leaving the battlefield here. Are you done with the battlefield? We'll see. But for now, you're out of there. Ten of Swords. Ten of Pentacles. Four of Cups. Ace of Cups. Let me see your Six of Swords. It is very rarely the case for you where you're just up and leaving a Ten of Pentacles. It's extremely rare. Let me see that Six of Swords. I understand that you have been unhappy. I get that. I see it. Four of Cups, Ace of Cups. That's not to say you haven't given this situation all of your heart. Okay? You have repeatedly, and that's why you're ultimately disappointed, because it still proves to be a painful situation no matter how much you felt about it. That's not the point. Ten of Pentacles, for a Taurus's reality. Page of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. Nine of Pentacles. Okay, fine. Fine. That's cool. I just wanted to make sure I understood where you were 3D-wise. Like, oh, me? I'm going to be fine. Okay. Okay. You're going to be fine. You are. So this is an exit. This is a full exit for you. It's very rare. A Ten of Pentacles, typically I see you break it up, portion it out. You're like, no. No. You already say you have a lot going on for you as an individual, and you take that with you as you go. So in a way, whatever this represents, okay, in terms of the situation, you're saying most of the stability, the way this thing functioned, came down to you already. So you're taking that with you. I'm looking at, then, the remnants. This is what you're leaving behind. Okay, there's not much left. Most of what made this work came down to your effort. And that stays with you indefinitely, because it was your skills, it was your experience, it was your time, energy, and effort. Okay. So I don't know how long you were trying to make this thing work or function. You gave it your best heart, and you were met with constant disappointment. Okay. So I guess you could say what's, like I said, left here are the bits and pieces that you can leave behind, and they can stay right there. The smoke, the ash, the fallout, whatever it is. You take the best with you, literally. You are the one supplying the best, therefore investing the best. It's your prerogative to withdraw that investment. But it stays with you, no matter where you go. And that's the advantage of the Nine of Pentacles. This is someone who knows how to stand on their own 2 feet, and they're not intimidated by it. Therefore, when you know this about yourself, you can take this and move it anywhere. And with a Nine of Pentacles, you could make a 10 wherever you go. That's why a lot of people, right, they respect the individual independent self, and others are terrified of it for that reason. All that sense of responsibility tied to the self. If you ever lived it, you'll never be scared of it. Now, this Taurus, strong sense of self right here. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. Literally, you take the best of the situation with you. Okay. You supplied it. Page of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. This Taurus is solo right here. Of the self, for the self, by the self. The best of the nines right here, baby. All right. I would say it's so rare to see a Taurus just leave their foundation. I was like, oh, I am the foundation. This is the shit I could do without. Including the perpetual heartbreak and disappointment. Got you. We're on the same page, honey. I got you. All right. Taurus is out. I know you. You'll be fine. Wherever it is you next plant yourself, your roots will run deep. You'll have a new operating 10. No time. Your heart, though. Your heart's going to need some recovery time. But I'm glad that you are still taking with you an intact sense of self, and that's good. You're also saying, I'm leaving because it's right for me. I know it's best for me. This must have really drained your heart. Ace of Wands. Six of Wands. Strength. Two of Cups. Look at that. Look at that. Gosh. It's not just a powder keg. It's also a source of strength. Yeah. To consider. I'm going to go ahead and call... It's not just good vibes There's strength in here. Yes, there's pride in here, but it's healthy pride. But your motivation is about to spike really hard. Perhaps not here in Cancer season, maybe in Leo season. Two of Cups, you're not alone. My goodness, look at that. Do you see that? You're out, but you're not down. Let's put it that way. You're not down. And I know this hurt, but you're leaving with your chin up. Okay, good. You have every reason to. Look at that. But I'll tell you what, your motivation for doing things, for having new energies and new experiences is about to hit an all-time high. Wow. My goodness. Pride, recognition, all that good stuff. But you're not alone. There's a witness to these energies, and in fact, they might be provoking them. Two of Cups, Strength, Six of Wands, a huge sense of triumph, fresh, sharp, real motivation, the kind that's sustaining. It's not short-term. My goodness. It makes this Taurus feel 1,000 times stronger than wherever it is they're coming from. So, FYI. It's for your consideration. In other words, you can't miss it when you see it and you know it for what it is. You can't miss it, but it'll still be your choice to interact with it. You don't have to incorporate this opportunity, this fresh energy, this new beginning. And yes, it could be a very strong, passionate love interest. Yeah, it could do. It's still your choice, though, to incorporate this into your life. It's for you to consider. Okay. You don't have to take on that Ace of Wands, but my goodness, if you did. That is some fresh, real motivation. Has a lot of stay power, too. All right. My goodness. Keep an eye out for that. I mean, you won't be able to miss it. But you'll know. Not too far out from where we are. July. Okay, outcome, Five of Cups. Yes, please. Just default advice. Always listen to yourself intuitively. Six of Pentacles, balances, King of Cups, Three of Pentacles. Oh yeah, you're out there doing your thing. Forging connections, making the best use of your time, energy, effort, resources, monies, balances, contracts, etc., etc. You know the drill. King of Cups. Oh yeah. No, you look really good and you feel really good. You're listening to yourself so well. Things are falling into place for you. Things are adding up more than they did back here. Everything just kind of makes sense for you and your outcome because you're listening to yourself. It feels right in your heart. And King of Cups, you're very claiming of your emotional self. You feel good. You look smooth, calm, fluid, very embracing of who you are and what you're doing and why you're doing it. You have so many beautiful elements that fall into place and you don't even know it yet. And it all started back here with you recognizing the best of you. And life is what you make of it. You don't have to continue to accept this or give to it. And I'm sorry this emptied your beautiful heart. But indeed you have a beautiful heart. And you'll be back in touch with it before you know it. But I like this. I like this a lot. I have to say, I was a bit of a surprise. Excuse me? Taurus is just leaving behind their foundation. I was like, oh no, I am the foundation. This is all the shit I could do without. It's had too much time to disappoint me and drain me. That's enough of that. Good for you. I preach it all the time, honey. You've been around the channel long enough. You're going to hear me say it. Know your worth. Know thyself. You know both. That's good. And I'm happy for you. And I don't know what happened here. You do. Do you really need the tarot lady to tell you what you've already endured and have already chosen to leave behind? Technically, I believe you have. Yes. And you're making those strides now as we speak. And there's an acceptance here. But I'm here to tell you about the stuff you don't know in as much as about the stuff you do. But this, you don't need me to tell you why. You already know why. You can handle a Ten of Swords and a Ten of Pentacles pretty damn well. In fact, I'm accustomed to seeing the Ten of Wands and Ten of Pentacles for you. Ten of Wands and Taurus, hand in hand. You will assume a great deal of responsibility. But we're past that point of responsibility. It was full on pain. Okay? And it was hurting you. To stay here, to stay involved. Okay? And to keep this thing running. You saw it. You understood where the power was coming from. And therefore, it was within your power to leave. Okay? Don't you worry. You'll be feeling a lot better about yourself soon enough. I like that influx of energy. It's sharp as hell. Can't miss it. Leo season. So if you feel yourself spiking and you're not quite sure why, I promise you it's leading you somewhere, or rather to someone, and it feels very right. It's self-sabotage, perhaps back here to stay, right? If I continue to stay in this, self-sabotage on my part. And someone who understands their own self-worth and self-regard is not going to allow this to happen. Okay? It's time to open up. Open up and get out of the stuckness. The stuckness, of course, is part of self-sabotage. I don't have any choices. I don't know what to do. I'm dependent on them or that situation. And this Taurus went, fuck all that. I am the person. I am the situation. I get to decide. I'm the one supplying all the power here. I don't need to be stuck. That's in the mind, man. You're right, it is. It's time to open up. I don't think we need to press too much further. Yeah, soulmate. Sure. Soulmate, I would say soul bond. Mate implies one. That's bullshit. We can have many soul bonds in this life. Sometimes they arrive via family members, deep friendships, and then intimate connections. Yes, I believe you have one out here. And it unfolds powerfully. You can't mistake it, though. I honestly believe July. Okay, so, but still, it's up to you to allow that influence in your life. I just see you benefiting from it, though. I got to be real with you. But I love how things start to flow for you out there. B, R, 2 R's. We have the medallions of you, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, Pisces. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Obviously, it could be a double, triple Taurus. Could be connecting to in one context or the other. Past, future, we'll see. And of course, the seasons might be important to you. You might have had, with the Scorpio energy here, you might have experienced some major transformation around your season, which was not too long ago, when you think about it. Perhaps when you recognized this was happening, and that it was time to move on or open up. But yeah, some of you might identify with that. I had a major transformation. Okay, Taurus honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Virgo. The situation, the Lovers. How do you feel about that? Knight of Swords. Okay. To consider, Page of Cups. Outcome, Queen of Cups. Okay. All right. The situation, the Lovers. Strong connection. Oh, yes. Very strong. You can feel it. How do you feel about that Knight of Swords? I feel like I should address it in some way. Take action or speak towards it. Deliberately, consciously. Okay. Try to lean into logic and reasoning. Okay. To consider your feelings, actually. Page of Cups. I know you're leaning towards logic and a rational approach, but it might be that we need to tune into our feelings better. Outcome is the Queen of Cups, possibly. Open to giving and receiving love. A little more vulnerable there. Well, actually a lot more vulnerable. Receptive, maybe. It's up to you. Okay. All right. The Lovers. Actually, I think you're the first collective to show me the Lovers today, under any context. That's got to be some kind of record. Oh my goodness. Okay, what's up? 7 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. Oh, there's the opportunity to connect to them. I was going to say, is this introductory? Are we just meeting them? Do we know them? You're like, I know them. That was fast. Thank you. I appreciate it. I know them. 7 Pentacles, 3 Cups, Knight of Wands. Now, listen. The 3D and this Lover's connection is quite slow, rocky, inconsistent. However, when it does connect, it's actually incredibly emotionally fluid, fast, and on point. These two things aren't matching up so well. So the actual real-life connectivity, like I said, rocky, disjointed, inconsistent. But the emotional piece isn't. When you connect to them, you feel alive, right? You feel alive. You feel fast. Excited. Like, what's going on over here, right? Now, maybe that was intentional on your part to try to take a strong connection and work with it very slowly. Maybe that was the intent on your part. We'll take a look. Because the Knight of Swords, how do you feel about it? It's like, well, it's not really about how I feel. I'm going to opt in for a logical approach. King of Wands, 7 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles. There's so many things you want to say, but you don't believe that you can, or it's not your place to say. I see the doubts around your thoughts. There's so much you would like to express, but it's like I can't, or I don't dare. I don't dare express myself. So it's easier for me to kind of look at it logically or talk to them logically or rationally. You're actually saying you want more, not less. Why don't you feel you can say that? I don't dare say that. Why not? The Fool. To consider, this is your advice category. Maybe crack open that Page of Cups just a little bit. Are you asking me to be vulnerable? That's not that I'm asking you. That's your advice. Okay, what I get just comes down the pipeline. All right. So it's not coming from me. It's the universe. The Fool, 4 of Wands, 2 of Cups. It doesn't even really stop at I want to see more of them, but I don't think I can say that. when I ask you about your feelings, you want a full-on relationship with them. The Fool, Four of Wands, Two of Cups, can't quite miss that. Okay. Sometimes I feel like I'm at a convention. It's like, yeah. How you really feel is that you want a relationship. Now it takes two. But as far as I can see, it's you in your head doubting your ability to have this conversation, to ask for more, to see each other more consistently or frequently. And the energy is there for you. When you connect to them, it's dead on bang. It's smooth as silk. So I don't know who kind of set the tone here, but you both agreed to the pace. So at least one of you set the tone of, I'm not going to connect to this too often. I don't want to look like a fool. I don't want to go, head over heels in love with this. I'm going to take it slow. Okay. So yeah, one person set the tone, but it takes two to abide by the pace. All right. So it looks like we're at that point now where you know how you feel about this. You know you want more. It's time to readdress the tone. Our thoughts have changed. How we want to approach this has changed. And that's the whole point of connecting to somebody, to understand if it has somewhere to go. Do we want to take it further? Do we want it to have more depth and meaning? Otherwise, we're hanging out here in the shallow pool, and that's nice. That's all well and good. Three of Cups and Knight of Wands is perfectly lovely. It is. It's fun. It's lovely. It's light. But Seven of Pentacles, it's a little rocky. It's a little, and I strongly suspect I'm looking at somebody's plan. It could be yours. It could be them. I don't want to catch feelings too fast. I want to play it safe. I don't want to move too quickly on this. Okay, well that's already happened. So the connection at this point has already occurred under the conditions that it already occurred in. And now, at least we know that you at least want more. You want to give it definition. We call it a relationship. So it's at that point where it's time to readdress this and understand that the tone has changed. And therefore, are these two people agreeable to a new pace? Okay. Because you want more. You do. It's like, I'm just going to approach it logically. I'm just rationally. It's time to speak to feelings. And if they're not agreeable, okay, I'm sorry. But it's better than you sitting on your hands and pretending to like it. Right? Because that would be splintering, and that's going to lead inevitably into self-sabotage. You're not going to even remember why you started connecting to them to begin with. Queen of Cups and the outcome. Being a fool in love isn't so bad. We all got to do it sometime. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but but this is why I tell people all the time: speed guarantees nothing in love. Now, when I read the intimate tarot energies and people say I want to take it slow in sex, absolutely, 1,000%. Okay, 1,000%. Speed, as long as it feels natural between two people, be it slow or fast, it's fine. But when it comes to love, there's no guarantees. You can set up those bumper rails like you do in bowling, but guess what? Eventually, that ball gets towards the end of the lane, It's got somewhere to go. So you can keep it slow or you can make it go fast, but either way. Guys, love is love. It's going to shine through at some point. I don't know if you're trying to safeguard yourself from not catching feelings too fast or from catching feelings at all, but it happened. It's after the fact now. Queen of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. The Sun. The Emperor. You got yourself all worked up for nothing. Okay? Will you get the... Stop wasting my time. You go out there. Stop wasting your time with the... I just got to keep it straightforward and keep to the original tone. I don't want to upset anybody. No. No. That's why your advice is really straightforward. Crack open that little page of cups. Be vulnerable about what you really feel, what you really want. You might be surprised at how fast you fucking get there. Sorry, did my eye just twitch? That happens sometimes. That happens sometimes. This is mostly when I start to lose my patience, and I really try to exemplify patience. I do. And there's moments when I start crossing the threshold, and it twitches. Queen of Cups, honey, it's a brand new day over here for you. With the revelation of your feeling, it looks like you make somebody's fucking day. They could have been wanting this too, but if you're the one, and sorry, I got the finger out. I usually say I'm not trying to point fingers, but I'm actually trying to point a finger at you today. I believe it was you who set the tone. And guess what? They were a trooper. They kept at your pace. Okay, this is how often you can meet. I get it. But you know what? That's the thing with the lovers. It's a very strong connection. It's never felt on just one side. Ever. It wouldn't be the lover's connection if it was just a singular experience. Two people feel it even if they don't know how to articulate it or act on it. But I believe it's you who set the tone, and bless them, they tried to keep pace with you for I don't know how long. But you're the one. Now. You got the feels. Regardless of what your original plans were, you got the feels now. And that's what counts, is where you are now. Not where you were 10 years ago or 5 years ago or whenever the hell this was. It's what counts today. So yeah. You've heard the phrase trendsetter? Well, you're a tone setter. It's time for you to reset the tone. Yeah, you make somebody's fucking day right over there. You went from a page to a full-on Queen of Cups. We got out of our logic and into our feels, which is in your highest self. You make somebody's absolute fucking day. Okay. Yeah. Karmic partner. Some of you are afraid of karmic partnerships. This isn't karmic. I know what karmic is. And if you're saying that, then you do too. Are you afraid? You've had some karmic partner experiences? Yeah. But this isn't that. It hit strong because it is strong. That already told you from the very beginning it wasn't karmic. But that's what some of you were afraid of. Okay. It was a form of action, courage, the strength for new beginnings. Jupiter, for some of you, might be your Virgo placement, FYI. But the action, give this the action it needs, the courage to be so brave, to be so bold, to say, I want to change the tone between us. I want it to be a real relationship. That's how I feel. And I know it said go slow, but we've done slow, and here we are. I want more. Okay, that's life. I'll tell you. They're blissing out over there. Release, surrender. Release and surrender the feelings. Let go, just let them go. Okay, honey, you must be like a dam that's really built up at this point. Release the dam. Open the floodgates, honey. It's going to feel so good and scary, but good and scary. but good. Oh, so many letters, yes. 2 Ks. Y, T, Y, C. Oh, wait, let me, okay. Y, Y. 3 Ks, T, C. Let's get some medallions. More letters. E, V. And 1 medallion, that Scorpio. You might have some very strong Scorpio in your chart. Could be connecting to. The season might be important to you, but that's much further out than what I'm reading today. Okay? Yes, very passionate. Now, we also have the medallion of a child. Couple thoughts. You could have a kid. Maybe they have a kid. Children might be involved realistically. But also it can be in line with the emotions of a child. So in the positive, it's unconditional love, vulnerability, trust. Just I want love. You know, to love and to be loved. Negative, a feeling of immaturity, smallness. I can't handle this. I don't know if I can step up to this. It's up to you how that interpretation goes. Okay, Virgo, honey. I do hope this helped you. I do. What you are feeling is real. It's not imagined. You know how these strong connections are so strong is that you kind of tell yourself from the very beginning, okay, I'm just you know, you're different. I know you're different. I don't know how you're different, but you're different. It kind of threatens me a little bit. I don't want to say no. Huh. How about, I tell you what, let's not emphasize, you know, quantity. We don't need to hang out all the time. Let's just kind of explore, see what this is. No pressure. Take our time, right? Try to control something that you have never met before, or it's just so different than what you're used to, right? So we try to draw it up, contain it, okay, define it, but we don't know what it is yet. You connected to it enough to understand at the end of the day that you want more. And that feeling's developed whether you liked it or not. But I'm happy to report you get a very agreeable response. They're thrilled to know you feel that way. I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, what's up? Show me Capricorn, please. The situation, the Empress. How do you feel? 6 of Pentacles. Good. To consider, Page of Pentacles, outcome 2 of Cups. It's lovely. The Empress, the situation. You. Feeling good, feeling empowered. Productive, giving, generous at this time. How do you feel? 6 of Pentacles are saying all is well, actually. Things are balanced. Things are in good working order. Pretty confident about what's going on in my life right now. Good. You got a grip on things, really. To consider, Page of Pentacles, there might be something here for you to invest in, to consider, to put your time, energy, and effort into. It's up to you. Outcome 2 of Cups. Okay. I see you sharing your feeling with somebody. Let's see what's going on there. The Empress. You seem to be pretty relaxed. Loving, but I would say generous at this time. You're feeling generous. I'm not saying you have to be. That feeling's already with you, or it isn't. That's all. 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles. Like I said, I feel like you're in a generous mood. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, I think everything's in working order. Being modest, too. All right. 8 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. You're very fluid right now. 3D fluid. If you're financially successful, congratulations to you. You've earned it. You've worked very hard. You keep the lines of communication open to this day. You're saying it's a constant effort to stay on top of it all, but you're right there. You wouldn't have it any other way. You built this world, and I believe I'm looking at an empire at this point for this particular Capricorn. So it's not, this is your personal work, career, finances tied to your home as well. it also flows outward into a much larger construct that we would call a community, your network, your resources, your people in the 3D. So you're an active contributor. You're very productive. Like I said, your communication is constant. It's on point. It's never a dull day. Some of you would say that communication, like your email, your inbox, it's a constant challenge, but you try to stay on top of it. But yeah. Yep. You are an Empress, all right. Very much the definition. So the Empress in Tarot, how they differ from the Emperor, the one most associated with productivity, the life giver. Okay? Things flow from you. You create them. You build upon it. Yep. You know what you're good at. I'll tell you that. But you look very fulfilled, very preoccupied, productive, yes, but giving too. Very giving, I feel like, at this time. And again, that's not a mandate. You're either doing that or you're not. But just showing where you are, and where you are is very good. You're in the position to give back, let's put it that way, for this Capricorn. Okay? Six of Pentacles. And you feel that you've got a decent grip on everything. Knight of Cups, the Magician, Four of Pentacles. Okay. All right. Overall, balanced. Everything's in working order. Inside, there's something here you hold on to. Okay? It's like a private wish. I don't know that it's a full-time, if you will, manifestation. In other words, it receives all your energetic attention. But it's something within you that you are familiar with. And I think it's a manifestation you sometimes dip into here and there. Like I said, it doesn't always have your full attention. It's almost like saying there's a wish here I never quite gave up on. I still feel this way. Nice of Cups. So there is an emotional piece for you. It's on the inside. You still hope for it. You still pray for it. It's not like a do or die thing for you. You're familiar with it. You've never really let it go, but you've never really seen results for it either. That's it. That's more on the inside. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles to consider. The Sun, Two of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. If you take on any more, you know, that's your choice. You don't have to. You're pretty fit to be tied. It seems like you already have a lot of irons, right, in the fire. But if you want to put another one in there, you can. It's up to you. You'll have another opportunity when the sun's in the highest in the sky. So your summer. Be in the northern or southern hemisphere. But the time is summer. And we could also mark it down to the summer solstice as well. So, today. You might have an opportunity to do more if you want to. I'm not saying you have to. I have to tell you, your energies around this subject look pretty relaxed. So, if you can afford to take on more, whatever that is to you, again, it's going back to coin your endeavors. You can, then do so. If it feels right, do it. And the Sun, Queen of Wands, some of you are quite happy too. You love it. You love the busyness. Makes you happy. Makes you feel fulfilled. So I see that all the time with Two of Pentacles and other realistic working constructs. It's like, can I make this all work? Can I balance this all out? Probably. But only if you want to. I like that. Yeah, there's something here you might want to get involved in. Look at your time, energy, effort realistically, and then you'll know. All right, Two of Cups and the outcome. It would make you very happy. Ace of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. that kind of on and off manifestation, the one that you don't break your back over, sweat bullets over. You never let it go, but you haven't necessarily seen much proof of it. That's coming on through. I say within the next 2 months. It does represent an opportunity for you to put fresh energy into it, but you are familiar with it. Let's be clear about that. It's not necessarily new in this context, but rather hope. Fresh hope. Passion. Fresh energy. 5 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, 2 of Cups. You get to explore this subject again. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's a familiar heart. I like how you showed me a non-pressured manifestation around your emotional energy. That's the way it should be. We need to, when it comes to emotions, right? In other words, not just pertaining to ourselves, but involves others, we need to have a relaxed approach to it. Because the more we hyperventilate on manifesting emotions that are outside of us, we have no control over that. So we can take it to a really weird place, fixated place, a negative place. Okay. So you never lost that particular wish, right? You never gave up on it, but you didn't obsess over it either. That's a good thing. This needed to come back through when it was ready to. Or rather, I should say in this context, be readdressed when it was time to readdress it. It does look like a subject that is going to pick up where it left off. It's not so dramatic as a reemergence on your timeline, such as Judgment, maybe even to a lesser extent the Wheel of Fortune. It's not like that. But it is a familiar heart space, that there is some breakage there, and you look forward to having the opportunity to address it. Okay? But I do know at the base, and it's still there, is the love. And can we work through problems? It may not be intimate, but something that represents a kind of broken love that you hope that you have the opportunity to fix. The 2 people have the opportunity to fix, excuse me. So yeah, that's another benefit to having a relaxed manifestation around emotional issues. You want that person to be agreeable, right? For it to be right for them to be ready for it too. It's another reason why it does not do to pressure or dwell on manifesting emotional things. Okay? I like this because it really does have a kind of relaxed energy around it. I'm not saying that the 5 of Pentacles here isn't important. Of course it is. But how it can be reworked or readdressed is in a much softer place. Okay? So, good job to this Capricorn all around. Well done. Okay, yeah, codependent. We had to work through some sort of codependent issues, possibly. Somebody did. Maybe. You, I don't know that you necessarily suffer from that, but I think you didn't want to foster a situation that was unfairly codependent or be part of that. Again, there's a respect here for free will. There's what you want, but also understanding that someone else was involved. So no false dependencies. Okay? And we don't want to work through these energies for the wrong reasons either. So, something like that. Or perhaps this is what caused the division to begin with, and it's time to readdress it. Who knows? Karmic partner? Could be. Karmic does not have to be a dirty little word. It's what's owed or due. So this could be a karmic partner, and you can kind of have that relationship with a family member, a friend, not just intimate persons. We must remember that. It's the kind of debt we owe each other until it's fulfilled. Okay. Karmic. There could be some really strong lessons around codependency between these 2 people. Point is that you're both in the position to look at it in a more honest way, in a more emotionally positive way, okay, than perhaps where it was last left. That's all right. Distance, yeah. Yeah, that's what might have caused the distance to begin with. Freedom, leap of faith, Uranus. For some of you, Capricorn might be your Uranus placement. But it looks like you've been glorifying in opportunities, and that's been going very well for you. But this is something you very much wanted to get back to. And you hoped you would in time, without pressing it. Okay? Okay. And you know, whatever this is that you got space from, it allowed you to really dig deep into your 3D goals and endeavors. And it served its purpose in that way. All right. X, K. Aquarius. Everybody's getting Aquarius, and I'll tell you what. I mixed the heck out of these. We have the medallions of Aquarius, Sag, Aries. Oh, yeah. You might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to, of course. The seasons might be important too. Big dollar bill. Oh, that's you. You might have some, well, not just, I say some earth in your chart. You might have a lot of earth in your chart, or perhaps earth is a very critical placement for you. But yeah, that's you. That's big dollar bill. That's you. Yes. Okay, we have the owl in reverse, which is also, by the way, an Aquarius symbol. It's something here we could not see, or we didn't want to see. I think we get it now. Okay. Captain's Wheel. It's a combination of the Wheel of Fortune and the world. Time moves forward always, with or without our approval. Time's going to move forward regardless how we feel about it, so it's best that we move forward in time consciously. Be aware of your time. Right? Use it wisely. Use it well. Doors close and open in the meantime. Know which is which. Okay. Capricorn honey. I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me, Scorpio. The situation. Devil. How you feel about it? Ace of Wands. To consider. Ace of Swords. Outcome, Two of Wands. Huh. The Devil. Situation may not be so good for you. You're like, I know, but it could be fun. Oh. Well, it might be. But there's more to think about. Yeah, something devilish popped up, hit the scene. Now, it could be a representation of your fears and patterns, or they could be external. It's very early to tell. I asked how you felt about it, and you're like, I'm kind of low-key excited. Oh. It's like that. Okay. To consider, Ace of Swords. Use your common sense. Use your truths here. You have them. I know you do. So the sword is not just thought. It's also an action. Like, you know better. Two of Wands is the outcome. You got a decision to make. Let's see that devil. Oh, I have to cuff this. That's friends with benefits. Now listen, we already did our intimate tarot. As memory serves, you had a fabulous one. Okay, it was gorgeous. So I'm going to tell you right now, this is friends with benefits. Okay? We got a little pattern with this person. I knew immediately you were going to tell me, oh, but they're fun, though. I know they're fun. I see they're fun. Fun, fun, fun. So much fun. That fun also costs you. We have what looks like a fun sexy, unhealthy attachment to a friend here. But Christina, oh my God, it's so intense. I'm sure. It'd have to be worth it, right? That intensity. But at the same time, part of you, even if it's in a very small way, is afraid of this connection because of the way you respond to it. It's starting to feel a little too, I need this. Kind of like the first dialogue you hear when you just start to become addicted to something. I don't know why, I just need this. I can't just stop. I don't know what's going on. Oh my God, I never act like this with anybody anywhere. Oh my God. That's what it's starting to sound like. That's what it's starting to feel like you need this. I get it. I bet they're really fun for an hour or two, maybe a night. Until the next time you see them. And then you start to get tense, right? Really fucking tense. Inwardly tense around that so-called next time. When am I going to start seeing them again? When are we going to... I haven't heard from them in a while. Right? And it starts to feel bad. It's called withdrawal. I know it's fun now. That's because I got you in the early stage. It's going to stop being fun eventually. And it's going to start to make you feel sick. Because that's what all this fun amounts to, making you feel sick, like all addictions do eventually. Oh, but I bet that sex is amazing. It's smooth too. Knight of Cups, Three of Pentacles. Oh yeah, I'm sure that there is some feeling in there, sure. But it is largely romantic, but falsely romantic. It's as about as romantic as you can be with a friend that you have a massive heart on for. Yeah. It's romantic for the hour or two or maybe the night. But not very good for the next day. Ace of Wands. Oh, I know you have a very strong reaction to it. Now, this is going to be absolutely one of those readings that either is or isn't. The Scorpio's in it. So if you can't resonate with it at all, yeah, it's not you. This one's already in it. And that Scorpio's watching this and is like, that's right, it's too late for me. Save yourself. Don't do it. Don't do it. Take my reading as an example today. Oh God, what did I get myself into? That's where that Scorpio is. So, if this is you, let's have some fun, lighten it up a little bit. Put it in the comments. It's too late for me. Save yourself. It's all right. We're known for that dramatic flair. It's our passion. Okay, Ace of Wands. Tower, the Moon, Ten of Pentacles. Okay, and then reality hits, right? Right? After that night of fun, Thursday happy hour, Friday night, whatever it is, the light comes creeping in Saturday morning, Sunday morning, and you're wrecked. Oh, God. And you look over at them. Did we do this again? I said I wasn't gonna. Why did you call? Why did you text me? Because I knew they could. Because I knew they could. They knew you would respond. You told them not to. They did it anyway because they knew you would respond. So at some point, yeah, it starts out fun and then it stops being fun. Right there. Now, don't get me wrong. This one knows how to light your flare. They really do. They know how to trigger your passionate side. That's why. The pattern's already set. If I so much as give Scorpio a winky face, they're going to respond. That's how hooked you are. Not how easy you are, how hooked you are. There's a difference. I didn't say you were easy. I said you were hooked. And that takes a process of constant exposure in small ways. And then you keep doing it. And that's addiction. And then the stakes get higher and higher. You need more and more of it. But then when you have the exposure to it, you feel weird the next day. Gross. Let down. Like you let yourself down. So you think, I need another fix. More. But it results in the same kind of flat result or gross result, right? And that's what this is. It hits you. One of those mornings, right? After the fact, this is not stable. It is not stable. This has got me going in extreme energies, high highs and low lows. I don't feel good. No, you don't. It's not stable, honey. It's not. So I don't know who I'm looking at today, you know. I'm part of the collective, but no. Of course I don't resonate with every reading, and I don't expect you to either. That's how collective readings work. So this is going to be for a small group of Scorpios, but you're in it. And I either got you today 100% or I got you 0%. Okay? And you're crashing hard. Oh yeah, that's a question I get all the time. Do you resonate with every Scorpio reading? No. You shouldn't either. You're checking in with yourself. And if it doesn't make sense to you, doesn't speak to you, check your the placements, you know? But I get it, honey. I sympathize. I know these extreme energies we're prone to when you're connected to the wrong person. Okay. It's not stable. That's right. It's not. And it's going to hit you all of a sudden like a ton of fucking bricks. I can't keep going like this. There's nothing here to build on. This is not stable. I can't create a life out of this. And the energy is like a spike and then it drops. Spikes and drops again. You can't build a life with that. Okay? All right. Ace of Swords. I've already spent way too much time here, but you can see why. Ace of Swords. To consider. To consider. Ten of Swords. Nine of Wands. You already know what to do. You know what to do. Not once, but twice. These are hard truths, yes. Think of these Ace of Swords like the One Ring from Lord of the Rings. Where was the One Ring forged? In the fires of Mount Doom. Clearly. Hard truths are like that. They're forged in the hardest possible conditions. And that's why they're the most honest. And they give you the most clarity. And that's why you default to the Ace of Swords when in doubt. So when in a Two of Swords, when in a Five of Swords, when in a Seven of Swords, what is your truth? And that cuts through all the bullshit. Cuts through all the red tape. Yes, I'm a nerd. I will drop a Lord of the Rings reference like that. And I'm proud of it. Nine of Wands. Let me know if you're a nerd. Nine of Wands, Ten of Swords. You already know what to do. You already know what to do. Block, cut it out, reject it. To consider was really fucking obvious for you. The advice, not once but twice. You already know what to do. Something makes you feel this bad, this strung out, this drawn out, this unstable. You know what to do. Honey, it's literally Scorpio's factory settings. Cut it out. Some of y'all need to get reacquainted with your factory settings, honestly. You have enough death and rebirths, this shit stops happening. All right. And also I want to go back to a point. It's never too late, by the way. Never too late. It's never too late to do the right thing after having done the wrong thing. It's never too fucking late. All right? Addiction aside, it's never too late to change that. We all screw up. We're all going to do the wrong thing from time to time. It's when we do the right thing that counters the wrong thing. And we learn from that point forward and we don't repeat it. Okay? So it's never too late. So while I was saying, jokingly, it's too late for me. No, it isn't. Right there. Like, I'm not ready to give up my addiction yet. Remember how much that's going to cost you by the time you're ready. Better to get a grip on this sooner rather than later, honey. The Sun, the Hermit, Eight of Wands. There you go. Sanity restored, faith restored, feel good. Oh my God, honey, you're going to feel so good. After you cut this out, you're going to feel so fucking good. I promise you. Look at that. The Sun's out, the Hermit, Eight of Wands. You're like, oh, peace. Peace and sanity is restored. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh. I was wondering how much you were going to resist that cutting out element, but you didn't, at least not for the Scorpio. I'm looking at outcome, Two of Wands. You're glad you made this decision. Like I said, better sooner rather than later when you are energetically even further in debt to this and you feel even worse about it. Eight of Wands, the Hermit, the Sun, that's so much better. My gosh, honey. You're going to feel like you took the world's best bath. I was like, oh my God, I got all that just ick off. So it's just going to feel so good. You're going to feel so fucking good. I promise you. I promise you. Yours is actually one of the easier reads today because it was so incredibly straightforward. It had a very solid opening and it had a very solid ending. And the middle portions made sense too. Once that clicked for you about how unstable this is and how unhealthy it is, you seem to know, you knew what to do. So there's not too much resistance there. And just chalk it up to, you know what? I was in a phase. And you know what? Phases are phases for a reason. And then we outgrow those phases. That's right. You move on. Right? That's what the moon reminds us. We all have phases in our life, you know? And this was a phase in yours. But like the moon itself, you will enter another phase. One that no longer has this in it. And it's a learning moment for you. So think of it this way. I'm glad you had fun. But that fun came at a cost to you. Don't incur any more debt. There you go. Feeling healed, restored, happy, healthy. That's all I want for you. Okay? Okay. It's like I like to say in a little rhyme, I had my fun and now I'm done. Yay. No, not that approach to everything, but when you know something's not right for you, but you're glad you tried it because you had to find out, you know what, I had my fun and now I'm done. Yeah. Speak your truth. Yeah, there you go. Speak your truth. There you go. It looks like we don't owe this too much of an explanation. Whoever's on the other side of that is actively enjoying this just like you are. So when you say, we're going to cut this out or I'm going to cut this out, it's not necessarily a surprise to them. I don't see them fighting for you. They don't want to take it further. They knew what this was just like you did. Okay, so no, I don't see any tug of war. I don't see any reactionary. It's just like, well, I guess fun's over. That's it. They knew what it was. All right, autumn. I don't know. Perhaps for somebody that started last autumn. It's up to you. Autumn might have come into play in some way. Some of you might feel more comfortable cutting this out or be ready to by this upcoming autumn. We just started this summer, so some of you are going to have some more fun for about 3 or so months. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I am saying it starts out fun. At some point, it stops being that way. And technically, I could tell you, yes, October. As it resonates. The sooner you get off the crazy train, honey, the sooner you can find direction again. That's up to you. A surrender, apology, release, purge. You apologize to yourself, release the energy. You might even apologize to them. This has been fun, but yeah, I don't know. Something here about an apology. But remember this. Those mistakes we make, the wrongs that we inevitably do, it's part of growing up. Okay? And just growing. You never really stop. At the end of the day, the biggest apology we'll ever receive is from ourselves. I allowed myself to enter this. I did that. It hurt me. But I had to find out. I figured it out. I learned from it. I grew up. I healed. I'm over it. I apologize to me. But yeah, surrendering, releasing. And you might even say, I apologize. I need to release you. You've been interesting. But you are a sexy sort of chaos. Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it. Sexy chaos. Yeah. If you're going to have all that sexy sexiness, it needs to be stable. Remember that. It is possible. Absolutely. Okay. No letters? No letters. Really? All right, we'll have to do a second draw. Libra, Pisces, Sag, Cancer. Yes, you might have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to the seasons, might be important to you. We have little star. Hopes, wishes, wants, dreams, desires. I don't think this is necessarily it, but I can kind of see why you desired it. Sure. Dove, sign of peace. Have peace over this situation. Okay. Have peace over it. Let's get some letters. H, A, ha, ha. Okay. H and A. And then we have the music note. Some of you, music is your profession, your hobby, or like how most of us, it's how you tune intuitively. Continue on with that practice. It's very helpful, beneficial. Okay? All right, Scorpio, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, what's up? Semi-Pisces. The situation, Page of Swords. How do you feel? 3 Cups. Interesting to consider. The Hermit. Outcome is the Hanged Man. Page of Swords really only has 2 interpretations. Spying, observation, right? You looking at somebody, somebody looking at you, or the realistic idea that is just starting to develop for you, but it's small in nature. In other words, you haven't had much time to look into it. But you can continue on learning about this idea that's occurred to you. Okay. Right now, I'm actually defaulting to observation/spying. You're either keeping an eye on someone or someone's keeping an eye on you. Okay. The idea is, how do you feel about a 3 of Cups? There's this idea here of feeling of wanting to connect or reconnect. Looking into it seriously, taking it seriously, you or them. To consider the Hermit, what have you learned, right? What have you learned on your path? Reaching into your own particular histories. What has experience in life taught you? About healing, your pathway, how you've lived it, how you walked it, what you've learned from it. And that should tell you everything you need to know. Outcome is the Hanged Man. I say you're hanging back. Suspending any immediate interaction. Not participating intentionally, hanging back. Let's take a look at that Page of Swords, please. Seven of Pentacles. 2 of Swords, 7 of Wands. So someone looking at you. Okay. 7 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, 7 of Wands. You've actually kind of had your walls up for a minute. And from your point of view, you've made this clear. So it confused you then why anyone is still on the outside looking in at your life. You've kind of made it clear that you're on your own right now. And that's exactly where you want to be. Okay? So you're confused about why you're receiving someone else's observation or why they're looking at you. Because you have a notion that they are. It was like, I thought I made it clear. I want to be left alone. This is my thing. This is my corner of the world. Just leave me alone to my own devices. So you have your guard up. And you're confused because in some way you understand someone's looking at you. It's like, why? And 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands. It's a very polite but firm leave me alone. I'm just trying to do my own thing over here. I don't need you looking at me. Or trying to communicate with me or receive your smoke signals. Like what? What? Okay, how you feel? 3 of Cups. You feel you could connect to this. And it might even be happy. A little bit. But, ... Queen of Swords, the Chariot, and Judgment. Okay. Excuse me. You feel that if that's something you wanted to do, you would have connected to it, right? You would have received that call. You would have gone towards it because you see it as your decision to make. Okay. So yeah, there's a part of you that understands you could connect to this, and it might even feel good for a little bit, but you also say it's my decision. It's my decision to look outwards and understand if I want to go towards them or a they or that situation. You're saying it's my decision, my call, my judgment call. You made that very clear, right? If I wanted to connect or reconnect to this, I'd make that decision and I would go towards it. Okay. The Hermit. Temperance, Three of Swords, Five of Cups. Unfortunately, you have a lot of cleanup to do in there, and you know it. You know it. The Hermit, Temperance, those are the two big guns of healing in tarot right there. Temperance and the Hermit. This takes time. Three of Swords, Five of Cups. That's a lot of heartbreak, a lot of hurt, a lot of disappointment. And a fair amount of history with it too, with this one situation. I think I'm piecing this together here. I got an outsider looking in on you, which in turn has confused you because you made it very clear. You put that particular boundary in place. I want to be left alone. Why are you looking at me? Why are you indicating that you want me to talk to you or interact with you? Stop. Because you feel, yes, you could connect to them or reconnect to them, but you said you would do so under your terms and conditions if it ever felt right, and that you would make it clear if that day ever happened or ever came. So it's like I don't appreciate the pressure no matter how small. Okay. To consider, you're saying, I have a lot of healing to do. I don't know that I've healed myself over the situation, never mind forgiven it. Three of Swords, Five of Cups. So the Hermit and the Temperance will always be individual journeys, right? Only you can walk your own healing path and learn what it is you need to learn. And you're saying, I recognize and acknowledge both these things take time. You did not expect to have a quick turnaround anytime soon over the situation. You're not prepared to reconnect to it tomorrow. You thought maybe, perhaps one day you could, but now's not that time. And if that time ever came, it would be under your decision-making, your judgment, your control. There was this notion here that there would be a kind of readiness here in Cancer season, and you're not ready. So I don't know where that notion came from. I have no idea. Maybe from that person's point of view, they thought you would be more inclined already by now, Cancer season, to indicate direction, the probability of reconnection, but you're not. You're not ready. So I don't know where that notion came from, but I think that's what prompted the Page of Swords. It's like, hey, aren't you done yet? I had this idea you would be ready to come out and reconnect with me by this time. I don't know where that came from. I have no idea. The Hanged Man. That's a little odd, and that's a very small point of view. Makes me wonder if they can appreciate how hurt you are. If they're like, hey, I thought you were going to be done with all this healing by now. Aren't you ready to connect with me? Reconnect with me? Haven't you forgiven me yet? Aren't you over it yet? It's a little small-minded. From your point of view, there's a ton of healing to do. And it should be done on both sides, not just you. So, the Hanged Man. Page of Cups, Six of Swords. I think we're you. That's your power card. Well, I'm glad to see you. Page of Cups, Six of Swords. It's suspended for now and possibly indefinitely. There's something about that clicked for you, didn't it? Well, you may not know yet. It may not have happened yet. It's like, I put this boundary in place. If I ever reconnected this, it would be my decision when I was ready. So the fact that they're kind of low-key nudging you, looking at you and allowing you to know that they're looking at you, sending out those not so subtle smoke signals, as I was saying, it kind of puts you in mind, did they do any healing at all? Do they have any idea how much they hurt me or the situation hurt me? Because you honestly, in your own way, anticipated to reapproach this in your own time, in your own way, when you were ready. So I don't know where this here in Cancer season notion's coming from. But I think that's why they're poking you. Aren't you done yet? It kind of suggests that they may not have done the work at all. Because the scale is way off. The way they look at you. And the expectation is there. And you don't seem to be anywhere near that expectation. Maybe you're right. So at first it's like, okay, you're going to suspend that until further notice. And you're like, actually, I think I might leave it indefinitely. So I know it just pissed somebody off somewhere, but this is that person who's like, come on. Come on. We should have reconnected by now. Kiss and made up. It kind of shows, it speaks to the immaturity a little bit, because you seem to be taking it very seriously. That's a lot of healing. That's also a lot of hurt. So the fact that we're already kind of, in a small, subtle way, violating your boundaries here, and what it is you said you would do when you were ready. Okay. So yeah, that's the Moon, Six of Swords. Now this is quiet. This is internal. It's still developing. But as you continue to hangman this further, right? Given what you know, it occurs to you, maybe I should just leave it behind indefinitely. And just heal for myself and not necessarily the situation or connection. You really did. I honestly believe you had hoped to reconnect to this in time when you were ready. But it's kind of like, man, they can't even respect the most basic leave me alone boundary so I can figure my shit out. I don't know. Vivid dreams. You've been having a lot of dreams lately. I can't say I'm surprised. You are Pisces. You're half in, half out anyway, just like a cat. Vivid dreams. Mercury, by the way, might be your Pisces placement. Sure. Messages, travel, communication. Vivid dreams about okay. So you had some insight maybe there through your dreams and reaching out to you, or it was just inevitable, or the communication would start, or perhaps you had that feeling that they were going to start badgering you. I don't know. But something from deep down inside, from your intuitive place in dreams. Self-worth. Important conversation. I think there was a conversation that was very important to you about your boundaries, which of course in some way represent your self-worth. And you feel that those aren't being respected. And that's kind of informing you a lot. And then it's just a Page of Swords. I was just cross-watching. I was just checking out your social media. There's no harm in that. It kind of puts you in mind of everything that's wrong. I don't know. But yes, you have some more stuff to process here. You do. Hanged Man for now. And you have begun to think long-term of leaving this behind and not interacting with it again at all. Okay? Oh, so many letters here. ALGSYOU. COV, and then we have the medallions of Capricorn as well as Scorpio. You might have some very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to the seasons might be important to you, although Capricorn and Scorpio season, respectively, they're much further out. Anyway, lots of letters here today. Pisces, honey, I do hope this helped you. It's odd. You made it so clear. If I ever get back around to this, it'll be because I say it's right for me. It's weird, man. It's like if you hadn't jumped the gun like that. Because you actually honestly had a notion that you could maybe connect to this again. Take it seriously again. Try to open up to it again emotionally. But they just kind of kept poking and prodding and nudging. Low key, but it was enough to just remind you that there is an issue here around boundaries. Okay. Anyway, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Cancer. And happy birthday. Yes. Day 1 of Cancer season here today. Well, I say day 1, depending on where you are in the world, but yes. Cancer season officially starts today. So happy birthday. The situation, 9 of Swords, anxiety, how you feel, strength. You need to be strong to consider, Queen of Swords. Okay. Outcome, Ace of Wands. You can do this. You can. And I want you to. Well, I hope you do. Ultimately, what you do at the end of the day is up to you. But you're showing me stress, anxiety, mental conflict over a particular situation. We'll see what's on your mind. How do you feel? Strength. You feel you need to be strong. Yes, you do. Not strong for the sake of it, just to keep putting up with these thoughts, but to actually work through them. And what does that mean? Strength, resolve. You're stronger than you know. You have a forceful will and a forceful mind, I might add. So, to consider, look at this situation logically, rationally, kind of cut through the sound and fury of your thoughts and really focus on what actually counts. Okay? Outcome, Ace of Wands. You got this. Let's see what that means to you. All right. 9 of Swords. Four of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, the Magician. There's something here you've been holding on to. It's painful. You might even be showing me an old ending, but the thing is, you don't want to interpret it that way. You don't want to see it as an ending. It's over, but no, it's not. At least in some way, you don't want it to be. And perhaps you even suspect it isn't. You're still holding on to that belief, that feeling. Maybe it's not over. That's a lot of mental anguish. It's a lot of pain that's up here. Okay? And yet, despite all that, you're showing me active manifestation. You're not ready to let this go yet. I think you believe that there is still yet more to be done in this situation. Okay. Strength. Page of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, 4 of Swords. Okay. Before you do anything, strength of will. Kind of maybe make yourself sit there and be calm. 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, 4 of Swords. Know that if you're going to see this as a relationship, it has to be approached that way. You have to be strong and put the appropriate amount of time, energy, and effort into it, and you have to heal yourself towards that. And then 2, if you want it to be a functioning relationship, you have to be prepared to receive likewise from it. In other words, you need to be getting back what you put in. So, if you're going to give whatever this is I'm looking at, your strength of will, your focus around healing, some fresh investment, A, you need to know it's right for you. And B, if you choose to approach it, that it's returned to you. It can't just be Cancer being the only one worrying about this and fussing over it and being the primary contributor. It has to be returned to you. It's not enough for you to just really, really want it. Okay? Again, it has to be returned to you. So know what your expectations for a relationship are with this person or connection. And can they be met? And are they being returned? Okay? So if you're going to be strong, and you're strong-willed, you need to know what you're doing with your strength. Think about it. Feel your way towards it. Okay? See it. Because right now you're showing me you are very prepared to use strength and pull this towards you. And I admire that. It means something to you. And you're willing to put your strength and your pride into this. So make sure it's returned to you. Okay? Because one person sitting here and telling me, I really, really want this, I don't want it to be over, isn't enough. 2 people have to want it. A lot of people avoid endings just because they want to avoid the pain, and that's not good enough to keep something going. So, I believe your motivation here is much stronger than the fear of an actual ending. Okay, having to accept and embrace the full pain of that. I believe your motivation's more. I think you actually want this. I do. So make sure it wants you in return. Queen of Swords. And clarity. Okay. We need to push past those fears and get really fucking clear. So use this space right here to pause, think, and reflect before you actually understand how you're going to use your strength of will. Queen of Swords. Knight of Cups. Queen of Wands. Strength. Yes. 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 My goodness. You are a strong-willed thing. Prideful, too. That's not a bad thing. If you know how to use your pride, it's never a bad thing. Knight of Cups, Queen of Wands. Strength. You got really fucking clear with yourself. I love them. I do. It's not just because I'm terrified of an ending. And I don't want to deal with the pain of it. I know endings are awkward and uncomfortable. But yeah, sometimes they have to happen. Well, I don't want that to be the case here. It's like my strength is coming from love. My strength is coming from will. Okay. Cool. Okay, my advice stands. Make sure it's returned to you. Ace of Wands. Exactly. Make sure it's returned to you. I want that passion for passion, strength for strength, will for will. Queen of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Three of Cups, rejoice. They are agreeable. Thank fuck. I didn't know what I was going to say. Ace of Wands isn't always new, guys. We have to remember new exists in the word renew. Aces can be renewal. And in this context, it makes perfect sense. Ace of Wands hope, light of path, direction. You know, it's a big fucking clue. Queen of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Three of Cups. Rejoice. They are agreeable. I see them meeting you literally halfway. So this is good. This is very good. I'm happy for you. I actually see that Queen of Cups sitting opposite from you, so I understand your water sign, but I do see that as someone else. And I believe it's a fellow water sign. I could be wrong. The Six of Pentacles, Three of Cups, let's not dismiss that. It's a real solid effort on both sides to make this fucking thing connect. Okay? And it's done so with an open heart from someone else. Good. That's what I want. That's what you wanted. Honey, you're going to be that level of strong. You're going to be that level of proud. Make sure it's for the right reasons. And you say, I got reasons. I'm very intense about this. I'd say some Scorpio in there, not just Leo. I know you're thinking Leo. Of course, it's here. That's some Scorpio too. That intensity. But Six of Pentacles, Three of Cups. Yeah. They do meet you halfway. Take it from there. And I'm not saying you two have to start going out or immediately jump back into a relationship. I'm saying you need to know that's what you want before you try to pull it towards you. Okay? If that's your end goal structure, have that structure in mind. That way, it's more translatable to universe via your manifestation. Okay? But for now, we can start with an agreeable balance that's equal on both sides. But Three of Cups is the emotional piece. They're open to it from the heart. It's only showing up as Six of Pentacles because it happens realistically in 3D. Okay? But I promise you, it's very personal between these two. Oh, that's good. I think I can fucking breathe now. That's good. My goodness. I say I don't know what's going to happen if it's a no. How am I going to even deliver that to this Cancer? Because I want what you want. The thing is, I do. I just got to make sure that what people want is coming from a good place and not just fear. Because when our desires and our goals come from fear, you're going to get fear-based results. You get back what you put in. So if people are manifesting from fear, guess what? You get back what you put in. But if you can honestly say, I want this in my life for all the good reasons, all the right reasons. It's going to take me strength to do it, but I love it. I know my heart. I know me. I'm into this. New perspective. Yes. We've had a lot of time to gain new perspective. You, them, perhaps the both of you. And destined. Oh, is there a sense of destiny on this? Perhaps there is. I think I'm going to take a shot in the dark here because I kind of got that impression for you. Yeah. That's more like destiny, divine timing right there. Judgment, but you didn't show me that. You showed me strength of will, pride. I'm going to go ahead and take a shot at this. You're not that person that necessarily follows this stuff, right? Tarot, the spiritual arts. Mm-hmm. That's not really your thing, is it? And then maybe something occurred to you. There might be something to this whole free will / fate and destiny thing. You got some new perspective. I think perhaps you heard about this idea of manifestation, and it didn't sit well with you at first. I see you're that person. You like to believe you're in control of yourself and your destiny. I get it. And I always maintain, and I will to the day I die, life is always going to be a combination of fate, destiny / free will, choice. Things were intentionally put on our path. That would be the fate, destiny piece. But we also have choice within that framework. That's the human piece. Okay. You had some perspective, I believe, shift around this idea of manifestation, and you started to take it more seriously. There's something about this is meant to be on my path. And I want it to be. I choose it. Something like that. You've got a strong will. I can definitely believe why you would believe. Life is what you make of it. You're very strong-willed. Very proud, too. Don't be so proud that you don't know how to ask for help from the universe. What do you think prayer is? A little bit of manifestation, a little bit of prayer can go a long way. And then we authorize our will to step into things. Start making decisions. G, U. 2 U's, actually. E. And we have 2 Scorpio back to back, right on top of each other. I tell you what. Didn't I say you have some Scorpio in your chart? Could be connecting to. Yeah. You just have that vibe. You just do. You showed me a lot of Leo, strength of will. Oh, yeah. Fixed energy, full stop. I am master of my own fate and destiny. I got that. No, that's good. But that's not all there is to it. Anyway, Scorpio, Virgo, Libra, Capricorn. You could have these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to. The seasons might be important to you, although all of them are very far out from what I'm looking at. Speaking of which, I mean, obviously, I got to call it, guys. If you don't have Leo in your chart, then I'm looking at the season. That's it. I still believe you're back here. Strength, rest, and resolve yourself. How am I going to use my strength? You're very proud. But you want to use your pride correctly, right? This deeply affected you. And I think there's something to that. I do believe that this was destined to be on your path in some way. Yes. Okay. Let's get you reconnected to it and then take it from there. Okay? All right, Cancer honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well.